Dun, dun. Boom, and we're rolling. What's going on, man? How are you? Good to see you.
What's up, Mike?
Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
I enjoy your social media, man. Your Instagram is one of my favorite, for sure.
I appreciate it, man. Just doing me.
Yeah, you're doing you, but you're doing it correctly. It's a lot of fun. You're a fun guy. Like, your shit is fun.
I just try to be genuine with it. That's all. That's because that's all I've been on there from day one, and that's what got me this far, and it's been working, so why not?
Yeah, man. You know, I found out about you. Well, I found out about you from two people. One, from my friend Andrew Schultz. We both
that's
know
my
him.
nigga.
I love that dude.
Yeah.
He speaks very highly of you. But two, because my friend Stylebender,
Yeah.
UFC middleweight champion, he played your song on one of his walkouts for one of his fights.
I didn't even know him honestly until it's just like a lot of stuff I really don't be knowing. I'm out the loop of the mainstream stuff. So if I can't, especially something like UFC, I'm still new to that. I'm still learning it. So when I think Andrew or Charlemagne, the one told me, and Instagram told me too. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, this shit is big. Like Smile, because this one, he did it like while Smile Bitch was still bubbling. Mm-hmm. So he was one of the people that I kind of realized, oh no, this shit going to a whole nother level. Just by him doing that, and I appreciate him doing that too.
He's huge now. He's huge now. Yeah. He's the champ now. So he did this back before he won the title. This was, I believe, a year ago.
Shit, to me, he did win the title when he did that. Shit, I thought that was the title. I didn't know. I don't know. I'm still new to that UFC thing. Actually, that's what brought me into it.
Really?
That made me give a fuck about it. I was like, oh, shit, let me see what this is about.
You got to come to one live.
I want to.
Like, what are you doing this weekend?
You want me to tell you what it is? I didn't like to see the actual nigga getting his ass whooped. Like I don't want to keep seeing him get punched.
While they're down, you mean?
Yeah, I guess because the environment you come from, I try to get away from that type of shit. And so to see it, like I don't even watch videos like that, seeing somebody get shot in the head. And I'm just starting to get comfortable with watching fights.
I know what you're saying.
So with that, but now I want to go to a UFC fight now just because now I guess my body my mind done got desensitized to where it don't bother me as much.
Well, anytime you want to go, let me know. There's a big one this weekend.
Where?
Vegas.
Shit, I might come fuck with you.
Come on down.
Hold on, let me think. I don't want to say. I got to think, do I got something
There's
to do?
There's at least 2 titles, right?
Oh, shit.
Three titles?
I can't go. I'm going to Honduras. I forgot.
Oh, shit. How do you forget you're going to Honduras?
I don't know. I just be doing shit. I do shit whenever I get a chance to now, as far as traveling.
Just for fun?
Yeah, just for fun, just for chill. That's my way of my me time, my space time to gather my thoughts and do my thing. Yeah.
So not work related at all, just enjoying yourself.
That's kind of where I'm at mentally and everything. I'm kind of pre-retired in my mind.
Really?
To prepare myself for when shit slow down. I think you should do that. I think I should. Well, me for 40. When you're about 40, you need to prepare for 60. I always try to prepare for later.
I'm 52, so 60's around the corner for me.
Nigga, 50. I'm just realizing, because I remember when I was a kid, and I used to be like, man, I want to give my life to God and all that, but I ain't gonna have no fun. I'm gonna wait till I get about 50. And then here come 50 about to pull up. Like, shit. So now, but I don't know. 50 is a cool age, and I'm just start preparing for when I can't take care of myself.
Well, what it all is that we know it ends, and we don't know when. We don't know if it's 100. We don't know if it's 80. We know it ends. So you hear 40, and you go, "Ooh, how close? How close am I?"
I know it's about time to wrap up. I done went half the century. Like, what's the average? 100 at the most. So I'm like,
yeah.
I know this shit finna end pretty soon, some type of way. So let me prepare. And then I watch old people a lot, so I pay attention to them. So I see what they going through, and I'm like, all right, it's my turn pretty soon.
I had John Witherspoon in earlier in the year with his son JD. Yeah.
What do we do with it?
Here it is. Sorry. And he died shortly after. He died like a couple months later. And I've known that guy for a long time. And I remember thinking, like, he was just here. He was like happy. He had all this energy. He was hilarious. And then a couple months later, the lights shut off.
That's life, man.
That's life.
That's life.
That's life.
That quick, just like that. Just in the big scheme of things, from thousands of years, it's just like that.
But a guy like that is this like iconic figure, hilarious comedian. Like, it's weird that he's gone, you know?
Why?
Because it's weird when everybody leaves. It's like they're not in this space anymore, you know? It's just gone.
I don't see it as weird though, because I see death is just as much as life. It's the same thing.
It is, yeah.
So I don't see it as weird. I mean, of course, we're emotionally attached to it, bothers us, you know, but at the same time, I get it.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think that's the key to all this shit, understanding. Once you understand, you can't pretty much got life figured out.
You think you have life figured out? I never feel like that. I never feel like I got life figured out.
Yeah.
You think you got it nailed?
I mean, it's stuff to learn. Like, sure. I was just telling him stuff like this. It just opened my mind to stuff. He was just telling me stuff. But,
the float tank?
But the beginning and the end is pretty much life and death. It's just like any other thing in life. I mean, any other thing that's living. There's nothing, no different. So it's like, we just think it is because this shit here make us arrogant.
That's true. And I also think it's a manage your perceptions thing. You know, like you have to manage your perceptions, like how you view things. Like you could freak out about things, or you could just...
Everything's perception is everything. I mean, it's just how you look at it, and that's what keeps you sane, understanding, like it's just how you look at it and understanding there's no good or bad, and shit is what it is. You just got to be on the right side.
Yeah. Yeah. And the universe doesn't care. It just keeps marching on.
The universe, nature don't give a fuck.
Not at all.
Nothing's more powerful than nature, and once we realize that, we'll be more humble. You
said you saw cats hunt on a safari?
Yeah.
What was that like?
I got it on my phone.
Oh, shit. You see him get one?
You got to sit there for a minute. And I didn't have no weed or nothing to sit there. Yeah, I didn't.
Where were you?
In, what was that? Tanzania. I posted on my Instagram.
Oh, wow.
I try to share shit like this here because where I'm from, we never seen no shit like that. But it was dope as fuck. It was way more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. It's like really watching, like being in the hood and watching a fight or watching somebody get shot.
Oh wow. Okay, it's gotta load up.
Yeah, gotta load up. Give it a second. Because it was an old iCloud. It's on the iCloud. Give it a second. Unless y'all got Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I got Cricket. You know, I'm on that rich broke lifestyle. But yeah, it was dope as fuck, man. Like just being out there. I took a lot of pictures and shit. I got an Instagram page where I used to post dope pics from when I traveled and shit.
Did they make you take malaria medication?
I never took nothing nowhere I went.
Really?
And I'm glad I didn't, because I heard people that do take them shots and stuff, they get sick.
Real sick. Yeah.
Only thing and plus I don't eat a lot, so it ain't too much that's gonna fuck me up. I eat McDonald's wherever I go. McDonald's is your friend when you're out the country.
It's
I think that's it.
Is that you?
That ain't it. Hold on.
You said you took this.
Huh?
You took this one?
The shot up there.
Oh, the shot.
Did you take that one too?
Screen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I took that pic.
So is this your other Instagram, the comedic guy?
Yeah, that's my other Instagram.
So it's just photographs?
Photographs, and I call it comedic guy because I think comedians got the best eye, you know, because we observe, you know. So I mean, you should be able to take good pics if you're a comedian.
Wow, this meat market's intense. Where is this at?
That was at Zanzibar.
Whoa.
I think.
What kind of meat is all that?
Shit, I don't know. Something I ain't finna eat. I told you I only eat McDonald's, man. Like, I don't trust matter of fact, me and Andrew one time, we went to, we did not the hip hop awards, the MTV awards over in Europe. And while we was over there, the crew and everything, and I traveled a lot, and I'm like, they was like, man, we finna go get something to eat. And I'm like, I ain't eating that shit. Like, nah, come on, let's go get something to eat. I was like, man, you gonna fuck up. We go over there. Everybody, the whole crew had to go to the hospital. I was the only one that didn't go.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't eat that shit.
So they all got food poisoning?
They all got food poisoning trying to eat.
Andrew too?
I'm not sure. He said he didn't, but I swear I told him too. He said he didn't get it, but he might have listened to me that time. But for the most part, I just don't eat. When I go out the country, I eat shit that I'm used to. Fruit, rice, chicken, and McDonald's.
McDonald's, you ever see one of those cheeseburgers where they put it on a shelf for a year and they film it for a year to see if it deteriorates? A year later, it looks like it just got put there.
That's a good thing, though. Right? Shit.
Maybe.
That's like space food. Like, we gonna That's space food. Like if space food is good for astronauts,
Yeah.
they gotta be good for us. Like we be hating on McDonald's way too much. Like nobody's really died on paper from McDonald's.
Right? They have from Jack in the Box.
They died from eating a lot. You eat anything a lot, you gonna die. There's people eat fish and fat as fuck.
That's true. But I think someone's died from E. coli. I think that was Jack in the Box, though, right? They had an E. coli outbreak.
I mean, but that could be at everything. That could be at any restaurant, any place. That shit that you just showed on there, I'm pretty sure it's E. coli and that shit. They just their body immune to it.
Yeah,
that's one thing I did learn too from traveling. At the end of the day, you can eat anything. You just can't eat a lot of it. You know, like you get when I go over to Asia, they eat everything moving.
Do you see that there's a thing?
And they live to like 100.
My kids explained this to me. I didn't know about this. It's called mukbang.
What's that?
It's a style of video that they do in Korea, where Korea, like I guess they're proper and polite when they eat. That's they have good manners. They try to do that culturally. So they have these videos that are real popular where they just eat like slobs. They'll eat like an octopus and they're like and they just splatter food all over their face and make a lot of noises while they chew. And these videos are insanely popular. Millions and millions of views of people watching someone eat.
That's because you can't go by our view of millions and their view ain't that much. Because you got to think it's billions of them. So, I mean.
That's true.
It ain't shit.
That's true. But there's not billions of Koreans. But I guess it's worldwide.
It's a lot of them.
How many Koreans are there?
Let's Google it.
It's a small country. Relatively.
Hey, Siri, how many Koreans are there out here?
I'm Siri, your virtual assistant.
Oh, he's a guy.
How many Koreans population out here? I don't know that.
I found this on the web.
Let me just do the paper. Right, type it the old-fashioned
I'm gonna guess. Population of Korea 50 million.
50 million?
What do I get?
51.47.
Oh,
51.47.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And how many is America?
330. Is that what it is now?
So it's more of us?
They don't know how many Mexicans there are. They do not. They do not. They do not.
You'll never figure that out.
You're never going to figure that out.
You'll never figure that out unless you go to a concert.
Good luck.
You go to a concert, you see them all there.
Endlessly fucked up that there's a population of people that live amongst us, can't get green cards. And if they left, like you ever see the documentary A Day Without Mexicans? LA would fall apart. LA would literally collapse. It would just
if I was
fall
them, I would do
ocean.
that to show them, us. It'll humble us.
Yeah, but they can't because they don't have the paperwork. That's the thing. They're all illegal. If people come over here illegal and they're valet parking and washing dishes and doing all these different jobs and landscaping and everything they can do, if they stopped, other people are just going to take their job. Someone else is going to find their way in.
Nobody's going to take a job that's paying $2 a minute, an hour. Like they're not making that much.
Nobody other than someone else just like them that needs that opportunity, and they're all coming over. They would have to organize, and they would have to have some resources and need to sustain themselves while they're organizing.
Yeah.
But the thing is about the green card thing is like there should be a way where someone can earn a green card. I mean, if someone's been over here for all this time, doing great, having a good life, being a good part of the community, but they're still not. It's like
how does that work though? Like if we get overpopulated, because I mean,
good question.
Like what do we do then? Like I keep hearing, like we always say, like we gotta let everybody in because that's how we got here. But then when they get full and look like L.A. and traffic like a motherfucker, and then you're like, all right, go back home. We don't want y'all. You don't want no tourists here. We don't want no outsiders here. So how does that work? Like what do we do? There is no solution.
You're right.
Perfect
solution. There's no perfect solution. It's real messy. I think
it's life.
If you wanted to make a perfect solution, what you would do is you would have tests for everybody. Everybody.
But I don't know about that because when you get over here, you kind of slow to American thought. Like, what would be the test? Like, you couldn't have a test like that because it'd be biased.
Maybe, but I mean, who works harder than Mexicans? The test doesn't just have to be on paper.
What's the test going to be like? Who can build a house?
Who are you? Like maybe there's a way to find out who you are. Like what kind of person are you? Are you a person that's a valuable member of the community?
Well, nowadays with technology, they could just put something in you and scan you and figure it out.
Find out your thoughts.
Yeah.
Put you on an fMRI, read your brain.
Yeah, but then you got to figure out what would they be looking for to see if they can let you in. Like
they convicted a lady in India from a brain scan of murder. They used a fMRI, and they said that through this machine they were able to detect functional knowledge of the murder.
Ain't that Minority Report or some shit? That's that movie, ain't it?
I don't think I don't think it's real though. I think they just didn't understand the science.
If they wrote something about it, it can happen or it's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I definitely think it's gonna happen. But I think that where they're at right now, if this person really did get convicted, I don't think they really understand the science. I think they're just convicting them because someone said it makes sense, and then there's not enough people that actually understand how little you actually can read. Like she could have been told about the scene.
Right.
And then develop the functional memory. Because you're reading something in the brain that's not clearly defined yet.
It's just like if you told me something, I'd be like, well, somebody told me. After a while, if you keep replaying in your head, you think you told yourself.
Yes. You think maybe it was your story and it was somebody else's story. That shit happens to people.
Yeah.
Especially like minor shit from like 20 years ago. And then your friend's like, I told you that. And
Yeah,
like,
oh, shit, last week. Like, remember I told you that. That happened to me on Instagram all the time. I post something 10 years ago, a tweet, and then next thing I know somebody else do it, and then I bring it back. They say, I got it from them. Like, bitch, I made it up. Like, the fuck? Like,
memory's a strange thing. It's a very strange thing.
That's good. That's the reason why I like technology, too, because it kind of keeps our brain in here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It keeps our brain in here, so you just got to pay for it. You got to pay for your brain, the iCloud. That's really our brain. But it kind of solves Alzheimer, too.
That's a good point. It really is kind of our brain. It's where everything gets stored.
Mm-hmm. You have to pay for your brain for the rest of your life.
And that video of that line, it's just like one of those fucked up old memories.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, hold on, what is in there? Stay woke.
Stay woke.
Stay woke. You said you don't, let me ask you something. You said you don't feel like you got life figured out. Why not? Like, what's...
I was just endlessly confused by all of it. I mean, I understand it. You live, you die. I understand how to be nice to people. I understand what's good and bad. I understand, what it takes to be creative. I thought that about
you, but so what, you feel like you missing something? Or what?
No, it's still bizarre as fuck. Like, when you look at it, when you really look at what it is, it's bizarre as fuck. All these random interactions taking place simultaneously amongst billions of people swarming on a planet that's spinning and twirling through infinity, going through the galaxy.
But that's what all the stars are. Yeah. They're just all that. When you see all that and you notice all that, you realize we are pretty much an ant, like in the big scheme of things, smaller than an ant. We just out here, so it makes no sense to put that much thought into this bullshit. It's like, fuck it. Like, it is what it is. I mean,
that's true too. Yeah, it's not like I want to think about it all the time, but I just do.
I do it out of boredom. Like, I'm damn near want to go to Mars and all that shit, but I just don't want to be the only nigga up there.
Mars is too long, man. That's 6 months.
Yeah, I know that. I thought about that. I don't want to be there 6 months unless it's a party on that goddamn shit.
Even if there is.
That shit got to be lit.
Bro, think about that.
Think about this. What if the Earth was moving there now? We own the party bus now.
Right. We are in the party bus.
We in the party bus. And
it is a spaceship.
They don't tell us nothing, and then when we get there, they be like, all right, we're here.
Yeah, because if you think about it, Earth is like a spaceship, like a convertible spaceship. There's just no roof.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that saves us is the atmosphere.
That's real, though. That's hard.
Yeah. How much would a spaceship be different? It'd be like an apartment complex versus a whole city.
Honestly, they could be doing it. That's what he should be. That's what them motherfucking billionaires should be trying to do. Move this goddamn Earth out the way. Just push it where we want to go. Like, wouldn't that make most sense?
You'd have to bring the sun with it.
Yeah, we can bring the sun.
How
does the sun? How come? Maybe I'm just being retarded or something. But how does the sun heat the Earth up, but not the moon? Like, why the moon cold?
Moon doesn't have an atmosphere. The atmosphere is what captures the heat.
But yeah, that's what captures it. Yeah. But so the heat ain't out there in space?
Well, the heat is on the moon. The moon in the sun, it's 250 degrees, and in the shade, it's 250 degrees below zero.
So the moon never turns neither. It's always like just stuck in one position.
Yes.
And it's the moon is stuck in one position.
Right.
I'm trying to picture it. Hold up. All right, it's the moon, the Earth.
And then the sun.
And then
so everything's revolving around the sun. The thing is, the moon revolves around the sun like this. Like, it's always doing the same thing.
Right.
The Earth spins.
So it's a piece of the moon that's hot.
There's the sun. If you get in the sunspot, the bright spot of the moon, it's 250 degrees. If you get in the shade, it's 250 degrees below zero. It's a giant fluctuation.
So there is a sun pod on
Yes, it gets very hot in the moon. The thing is, they're protected, or they're not protected by an atmosphere. So we have an atmosphere. The atmosphere, the magnetosphere, the oxygen, the nitrogen, all that stuff filters out all the heat and captures it and keeps us steady. That's one of the reasons why we're here. Because we also
I understand
have
why the moon. Yeah, because
But the
from
moon
scuba
helps us
diving,
too.
I understand how the moon's important for the ocean and all that. But I'm just wondering. I was sitting there watching my favorite movie, Interstellar, and I was just
That's a good movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie, and I watched that.
Underrated.
It's really
Very
that is
underrated.
life. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty much what it is. But I was watching that, and then I was watching End of Mankind, that new one that's on Apple Plus. I was watching that, and it's on the moon, and I'm just looking at him like, where the sun at? Like, and if the sun would start making me think like that, but I ain't know. I appreciate you telling me that. Now I can look at it some more.
See, there's no atmosphere, and the atmosphere is the reason why we have blue skies. The blue skies.
Yeah, I know all that.
Right. So,
but I thought that was stopping it from burning us up.
No.
So that's not stopping us.
It stops us. It helps us from getting burnt because we have an atmosphere. Yes, but on
Yeah.
the moon, it's hot as fuck,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So the moon is hot. It do get hot on the moon.
and it also gets insanely cold.
Okay.
Like if you go in the shade, it's fucking cold as shit. 250 degrees below zero.
You ain't never want to go out of space?
Fuck. Yeah, I'd like to go and just see. I'd like to go over the lip. And
That's
then
my
come
goal.
back.
That's
Yeah.
my goal. That's my goal in life. Like I just want to do a selfie with the earth behind me.
That's gonna
it.
happen.
That's it.
That's gonna be available real soon. That's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
seen it's like
available within
$250 now, right?
Is
I'm
it-
saving up.
Is that what it is now?
I think a quarter
Who takes you
million.
on? Like Virgin?
Virgin. Yeah, you get to go out there and then come down.
So this is something they're already doing?
I've been sort of paying attention to find out that day that
I am
they're gonna
buying a ticket for
let
Eddie
people
Bravo.
go.
Nah, I definitely want one for real. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a
testing, I
GoFund and tell them to put me up there. Tell all the black people to put me up there for
How
the
long
culture.
have they been doing this?
I don't know. There's another company I know that in the Arizona
That's what billionaires
area
doing. They having
Whoa.
a race,
has a platform
a
or
race
something.
for outer space, man.
So is this the Virgin Jet?
This is
This
the
thing
Virgin
he's
Jet.
showing?
Yeah,
That
there's
looks
another company
dope.
that's got like a balloon that's going to shoot people kind of like straight up and
Oh,
come
well-
back down.
So
Yeah, I
that
saw
thing
that one too.
rides on. Did you see how it did that? It rides on top of a plane and
It's
then it
like
lets go.
Yeah,
Man,
it's like
he
a
cool
lift.
as fuck to me. If I had money like that, I would be kind of like this
Look at
motherfucker
what they
here.
say. Look where they go. Holy shit!
That's
I think
what I
you go
want
up
to do. I
twice
seen
maybe
this.
on one
Yeah, I
trip.
seen this.
Twice.
Like you get to go like a roller coaster,
Really?
like 2 lips up there, maybe
Oh.
like total
Yeah.
of 10 minutes, maybe.
That's
20.
my goal right there.
Not a lot.
That's all I need right there, just to talk shit and stunt.
Well, talk shit. Stunt while you're up.
Like, you motherfuckers ain't never did this though.
That would be the ultimate
Stunt on their ass.
stunting above the earth.
That shit hard as fuck. And I want to prove to all the flat earthers.
That's
you
what I'm saying.
dumb fucks. I want to show them so bad, you stupid motherfuckers.
Yes.
I want to do that so bad,
Preach.
just to shit on them.
It's so. I can't believe that's a real thing.
Me neither, man. Cause like, where I live I got a house in the Bahamas. Like when at nighttime, you can really see how round the earth is because it's so pitch black. Like when you walk out the yard at night, it feels like you're out of space. And you can really see how round the earth is. It's damn near stupid how people don't believe that it's round. Like it's
It just people want to believe shit is a trick. People want to believe everything is a lie.
people didn't think America was here when they was over in Europe. Like
That's true.
They didn't. Like
Yeah.
So it's just like people don't think outer space. We don't think. It's hard to think that far because then when you think that far, you got to think about it. You don't want to think.
The people that didn't think America was here, at least they have the benefit. There was no photographs. They had never been. They don't know
Yeah.
anybody who's been. And so it probably was way more of a question whether or not America existed versus
Yeah.
whether or not the Earth is round. The Earth is round. You can see it. It's not hard. They have satellites that take a photo of it every 10 minutes. The idea that all that's fake is so crazy. The idea that every mission is fake, every space station mission, every satellite, all that's fake. Like, why? These guys, and the weird thing is, a lot of the dudes that are doing it, they're like super Christian. A lot of the flat earth people,
Yeah.
they're super Christian. They think that this is all like the idea that we're in space, that we're on a flat ball so to keep us from God. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense.
You have to keep. I mean, in religion, and I do believe in religion, but in religion, you have to keep them in a certain space to keep their mind focused on that right there, because otherwise So you can't tell everybody everything,
No.
because then they'll go crazy. That's
That's
why.
true.
That's why I believe in religion. I really do. For normal people. Shit.
I know what you're saying. It gives people help. It gives people hope.
Anything that's gonna bring you to love and peace, you can't be mad at it.
Yeah.
You know. So
I feel like it's like something that helps evolution, almost like a vehicle for aiding evolution to take us out of our barbarian days into our civilized days and then transcend.
but this is religion,
It
what we're
helps.
doing right here.
You think so?
I know so, because it's we're conveying and talking and preaching pretty much. This is. I mean, this is our evolution of, I believe where we're at the evolution of entertainment and conversation is like our Bible. And that's what we're doing with social media. And I tweet my shit like that. Like I tweeted thinking like 100 years from now, somebody gonna read this shit like we read hieroglyphics.
Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying. So it's all of our way of talking shit out and figuring things out. The same how religion was, and that's why they established these parameters.
Yes,
these rules
because you understand, all right, if you go this way, this is what's going to happen. So I got to tell them this. So it's like a child. You're not going to tell them all the truth, because if you tell them, they ain't ready for it. And that's what religion is. Like, all right, I ain't going to tell them that that Jesus was really a regular person, because if you do, ain't nobody gonna trust no regular person. I got to make this motherfucker amazing, walk on earth, walk on water, and then you'll trust it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if he just like me and you, he fuck up. Nobody wants. You don't want to see a fuck up.
Yeah,
You know?
especially back then when everybody knew that no one knew what the fuck was going on, and they were, you know, they made up. I mean, not that any of the gods aren't made up, but they'd make up gods. They have
Right.
God for thunder, the god of war, the god of this, the god of that. That all these gods battle it out over destiny. They were just guessing.
They was bored.
Yeah,
That's all that shit. That's where all this shit come from. Boredom. This shit we doing right now. This is boredom.
yes, yeah, for sure. This is. I mean, it is funny that what people do today when they talk is kind of like they're trying to figure things out and reestablish. Like that's one of there's so much change going on with the way people communicate.
Man, the thing that fucks us up is our brain.
For sure.
We are more nature than we are more this than we are this. This is just everything we talking now. We just speaking, just talking shit we done thought 1,000 times and regurgitating. But what really makes us is how we move.
Yeah.
What we do. You know, it's about how your actions really much. You're creatures of habit. You know, that's what really tells you. Like I'm talking all day. I can say I'm a good guy, but if I don't show it, I ain't that person. You know.
Yeah, and the other thing that you just said, we're creatures of habit. We're creatures. That's the other thing. Like human beings want to think of ourselves as something separate. Well,
We're definitely creatures. We do the exact same thing everything do.
Yep.
Live and die.
We just do it weirder than anybody else.
We do it weirder than everybody else. I bet every other creature be looking at us like, look at these motherfuckers here. They just, look at them. Look at them. Look at them.
Yeah, yeah.
All they do is get up, shit, fuck, and die. That's it.
Get high, play video games.
Do they get high?
Watch movies. Animals? No.
Yeah.
Us.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're saying to us. Like, look at these
we
guys.
fight, care about shit that don't matter.
We fight for sport.
But this the most entertaining shit ever. I wouldn't give this shit up for nothing.
No, it's enjoyable. We're at a great time, too.
I love watching this shit. I love life. That's the only reason I want to live long.
Because you enjoy it.
I want to see how this shit gonna play out.
How do you think it's going to play out?
You never know. It's all about humans' emotions, because it can go either way. But I think it's gonna play out weird. It's not the same world that it was 50 years ago. It's not gonna be the same world. It's gonna be a totally different world. And I just want to look at it and be like, what the fuck? I remember I did that one day. I was at in Vegas at what's that place where everybody be performing? Drea's. We was at there, and they got the outside club, and I'm looking at it, and I remember going to Vegas 20 years ago, and I'm like, damn, this shit look like the future. Like now, it looks like how I thought it was gonna look 20 years ago, and I was thinking about all the people that didn't see this.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
I gotta stay to see how this shit gonna be after this. Like I want to see it, even if I'm locked jaw like this here. I just want to see. I want to have my memory. That's all I want.
Yeah, if you could take like a performer from the 1950s from Vegas, the old school performers like, Frank Sinatra, and bring him to 2019
They'd be like,
show him
what
the strip.
Fuck
What the fuck happened?
It'd be like, what the fuck?
Someone hands them a pamphlet of girls that'll come to your room. They're like, what
The fuck? It'll
What
be a
is
different
this?
world, man. It'll be shit.
What is it going to be? What's it going to be 20, 50 years from now?
I think humans gonna all be one.
Ooh.
Like men and women is gonna be one. We gonna evolve into one.
Ooh. Like aliens.
Yeah.
Like when you see those aliens, the little gray guys, they always have no dick.
We getting closer and closer. Like even if you look at Asians, you can't really tell a boy from a girl. Like you really can't. Like I mean, they all look like they got the same structure. Like they evolve, and I think Asians the oldest people on Earth, so they evolved way before. So we coming around to it.
Are Asians? Well, they're this crazy thing about
They definitely 100 years ahead of everybody on Earth.
Well, they definitely are for technology, for all the things they created. We talked about this yesterday. Like 1 million firsts came out of China.
Everything came out of China, man. Like they ahead of us.
They were way ahead. They were ahead with gunpowder. They were ahead with everything.
That's why I learned. If you want to see how the future gonna look, go over there.
Yeah,
you'll see it.
Future looks overpopulated.
That's how I think about America.
In Hong Kong.
What
see
happened?
The protests.
No,
they've
I
been
ain't see it.
protesting in Hong Kong for how long now? Months.
For what?
For months. Well, their government is changing. They used to be under British rule. Now they're under Chinese rule, and that happened, I think, in the 90s. And was it in the 90s? Whatever it was. There's a lot of issues with the Chinese government running them the way they run China, and the people from Hong Kong want it to be back the way it used to be when it was run by Britain. And they're extraditing people. They're doing things where, and then the protests have been violent. The cops have been shooting people. It's like a lot of crazy shit. And then there's a lot of video of this, and the streets are filled. I mean, just filled with people protesting every day. And it's not something that comes up too much in the news. How often do you hear about this in the news?
What can we do about it though?
It's a good question. We just watch it play out, just like we do with the with everything else, with Vegas. And
that's why I don't get too much into that type of shit. Because if I can't change it, it's like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Like, the only thing I can do is change what I think the future gonna be. That shit there is some shit that was planned 50 years ago.
That's true. You can't change it, but it's also true that's fascinating.
Is it?
Yeah, to me it is. It's because I'm watching
I just think
someone
it's just,
or a group of people with no power try to overcome a tyrannical government.
That's happened before in other countries. You know, it's happened plenty of times, and some won, some lost. It's just you got to figure out what, if you're trying to make it not happen to us, we got to figure out why it happened like that and try not to make that happen over here for our butterfly effect.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why a lot of gun advocates are very happy. Not very happy that this is happening, but happy to use it as an example of what happens when you have an unarmed population and an armed military that sort of tells it what to do, and there's nothing you can do but get in the streets.
I believe in gun law. I just don't see the point of, like, because at the end, I don't, like, if you put who not gonna get a gun now if you make it illegal?
Right.
The people that should get one.
Exactly.
The people that don't get them, they gonna get it. We could get illegal guns anyway. Not me. Yeah, not me. But I mean, you can get illegal guns anyway. But the people, the law-abiding citizens, you make that law now, they can't get one.
Yeah.
So it's stupid at this point. And then people can YouTube and make a gun. Like, it's just stupid. Like,
yeah. Have you seen that shit? Where they make them with 3D printers?
Yeah, I seen it on YouTube.
Yeah, but remember there was a guy who got in real big trouble because he released the designs. Remember that, Jamie?
I think it was a torrent, was it? Or it was supposed to be, and I think they were arguing that you should be able to do that. And
it's essentially plans.
You can go out another country and make a YouTube page and do it. Like, it's the way the world is so connected and far, it's kind of, you can do pretty much anything you want if you know what you can do.
Yeah, no, nowadays.
Oh, that was a good tweet. You can do it. What I said, you can do what you want. Yeah.
Anything you want to do if you know.
I'll watch this and then post it.
It's about 34 minutes in.
So 34 minutes in.
You didn't start smoking weed till 4 years ago?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I never smoked. I never drank. I mean, I drunk every blue moon, like on my birthday, but I don't drink. I hate liquor. Hate the way it tastes.
So what happened?
With smoking?
Yeah.
Well, when I was younger, everybody did it. So that was one reason I didn't want to do it, because everybody was on drugs and all that. My daddy used to do crack and all that, so I was against drugs. So as I grew up, I just never gave a fuck about it as much as everybody else did. But I used to love the way it smelled. You know, like I loved the way it smelled. So I used to be in the room just smelling the shit. And then after a while, then once I got to a point in my life where I was like, I can't fall off. Like, this is the worst my life gonna get. It's like, all right, I tried. And then that was the best thing ever happened to me, trying that shit.
When you tried it, were you like, what the fuck was I thinking?
I should have been doing this shit.
Yes, all along.
Yeah, because when I first did it, I didn't get high. Because like I tried to get the soft shit, I was scared. Like I was like, this gonna do something. And I was like, this shit ain't doing shit. I smoked everybody that was with us. You know, I was just smoking. And then once I started really getting into it, I was like, this shit is really, what's up? Like,
what are the laws down in Atlanta?
I don't know. Shit. Don't know, nigga know the law. You know what? I don't know.
Oh, it's just so stupid. It's illegal anywhere.
Everything is stupid, man. All this shit. Just make all drugs legal.
Well, that's the only thing that's going to stop the cartels.
I don't know what this shit I just smoked, but that shit good as hell.
Yeah, that's Kevin Smith's shit. That's, what does he call it? Jamie, do you know?
Jay and Bob.
They all have different little names on them, I think.
That shit has some what's name on it?
Berserker.
Snoogans. This one says Snoogans.
This shit good than a bitch.
This is the indica one. Oh, you smoked the indica one. Black one's the indica one.
Yeah, I like black. I like indicas.
Indicas, you like, to me, they like slow me down. I'm like,
that's what I need.
That's what you want.
That's what I need. I really do need it. It does slow me down. I was way hyper. I was doing way more thinking too. Like I was wild.
About too much shit, you mean?
Nah, not too much. I was just wild. Like, and I don't even say wild in a bad way. I just say I was saying way too much that I shouldn't be saying. That especially in this day and age when people be in their feelings and shit. You know, not that I give a fuck, but when you're trying to help people, you want to teach them the right way. So,
what do you think happened? Like what you just said, that people are in their feelings today. Like, what do you think happened? Why did people get so sensitive?
Because we're attached to our emotions more, and we don't do that much thinking. You know, I don't think we do.
What changed?
Social media.
Yeah,
a lot of it. But I don't like to blame it on social media because it's just an evolution. Because they say the same thing about television and all that shit. But I just think it's the use of it to the public. I think that's what it is. I think now every person it opened up our minds, and it's just new to the society as one, but over time it'll evolve and we'll get smart enough and figure it out, and it won't be that much. We still learning. Humans are still learning their feelings now. I mean, especially in America, they're still learning their feelings. Like Asians ain't got their feelings no more. So now we just at our stage of still learning our feelings and hating each other and all that shit there. Once that dust settle, then it'll evolve naturally.
Louis C.K. had a real good point about this. He was saying that it's like what you have on Twitter we've always had.
Yeah.
It's just people talk. Like sometimes people talk and they say shit that's dumb. They say nonsense. He goes, no, but this is kind of like the same thing. They're just talking.
It's the exact same thing.
It doesn't mean anything. It's just talk, but it's written
everything is the same thing. We all want the same thing. We just want it packaged different.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned on social media. That's why I was on it quick, because I learned it. I figured it out. I'd seen like, oh shit, this is the new real estate.
Yeah.
This is where it's going. So I knew I applied that to the social media and internet, and that's how it works so good for me. It's the same thing, because it's nothing changes. You just got to figure out what it is and take it from the old and apply it to the new.
I feel about it like two ways. I feel, well, I enjoy social media. I think it's a good thing overall, but I think that all the complaining is because people they have a voice now that they didn't have a voice before, and they also get rewarded for complaining.
Yeah, they do.
People,
but it don't last long.
It doesn't last long.
It filters out.
But it's also annoying. So eventually, what happens is people are going to wake up to it, and what this is just a new level of communication, because everybody can communicate now with almost everybody. It's real close to everybody.
But it's getting better though, because 10 years ago, they was real sensitive. I remember on Twitter, but now we got points like now people like Dave Chappelle could put out a special talking real shit.
Yes.
And people take it for what it is. Well, 5 years ago, you had to be like Kevin Hart, you know? So it's like now you can really speak your mind. So it's evolving. People getting, it did bring out the whole ass motherfuckers at the same time. After a while, you be like, all right, nah. Yeah. Like Bill Burr shit. That shit was genius to me. Yes. Like he can say that now. Like 5 years ago, that special wouldn't have worked as much as it would have got beat down. But now it's like, all right.
The tide's turning.
Yeah, it's turning. So it just takes time. It takes time for people to get it. It takes time for people to warm up to what they don't want to accept.
Yes, I 100% agree. And I think overall, the more reasonable way of looking at things is going to prevail because the dummies won't be as good at forming their arguments. The cream will rise to the top.
You just got to be patient.
Yes.
You just got to be patient. And trust me, I know. I'm a patient motherfucker.
Well, you are with those indicas.
Yeah, I love this shit.
Indicas, that's a patient type of weed. Mm-hmm. How long you been scuba diving?
About 10 years now.
Yeah?
About 10 years. Yeah, and that's where I learned about life, through scuba diving.
Yeah?
Scuba diving let me know I didn't know shit.
How deep do you go down?
The deepest I've been? Like 130. But there ain't nothing down there. When you get to that point, ain't nothing living down there. The only thing you might see is shipwrecks and shit like that. But
that's so fucking deep.
Yeah, it is.
130. Is this you? There you go.
From his page.
Oh, so you went down there and take pictures?
Yeah.
Can you bring an iPhone down there or no?
That's in Iceland. Nah, not that deep. That was the tectonic plates where you could touch, the only place on Earth where you could touch North America and Europe.
Oh my God, what if it ground right while you're there?
And honestly, you can't, I don't even think you could do it no more because they said it spreads a centimeter every year or some shit. Oh. So it's separating apart.
Like Pangea, right? You know the theory of Pangea? All the continents at one point in time, a long time ago, were all connected.
Exactly. Yeah,
and they all spread apart. They actually can piece them back together and form one landmass.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. But that's another piece of where it's still splitting as we speak.
Yeah, this motherfucker's moving.
They're
always finding shit, right? They're always finding, they're like offshore, find a city. They find some.
It's there though. It's a lot of places that we don't know.
Oh, for sure.
We more into business than we into life.
Well, especially this aspect of life, that things are constantly in transition, constantly changing. When you find cities under oceans,
when you see shit like this cities here, we thinking backwards. Like it's like we should care about this more than we care about that because natural disaster shows us every time. It's like we ants.
Well, you're living in a good spot.
Boom.
You're living in Atlanta. I mean, you have to deal with hurricanes.
Shit, that hurricane almost hit me in Bahamas, my house.
Did it?
It hit. Nah, I moved the last day. It was coming directly to my house, and it moved 10 miles up and missed me. About 10, 20 miles. And it hit Abaco and all that shit.
How much of the Bahamas got hit?
Just that island of, I think, Freeport and Abaco. Abaco got hit real bad, though. Like, that shit like natural disaster type shit.
Like wiped out, right?
Wipe out type shit. Like,
are they getting worse? Do you think that hurricanes are getting worse?
I don't know. I think just nature is doing what it's due. It's nature. And it's like that's like a little grasshopper saying, "You think the humans are getting worse? Like they can't control us, and we can't control nature."
Yeah, but these fucking hurricanes are, I think what's causing them is the ocean water in the
Atlantic
Atlantic is warmer.
It's definitely that. Yeah. I mean, that's just what this earth is. It's going to definitely die, do something eventually, but there's nothing we can do to stop it. We can slow it down. That's why they're trying to find other earths. So we can move out this motherfucker and go somewhere else.
We're so far away from that, though.
Yeah, we're so far away from the earth ending, too. Should be in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Even though I do believe we need to save the earth more so than anything.
Well, we definitely need to save it for ourselves. It's going to be fine if we go extinct.
Yeah. It's going to be fine with or without us.
Yeah. Even if we blow ourselves up, Earth's going to be fine.
Earth's going to be A-okay.
As far as life, we got to save life. We got to save this process. No signs of life. Volcanic eruption kills 5, 8 missing.
You didn't see
Jesus
this
Christ.
morning? The earthquake,
New Zealand?
Yeah, New Zealand. There were
Dude,
people on it when it happened.
Volcano eruption kills 5, 8 missing. People died on a They were on top of a volcano.
I was like watching the news as it was.
Where was this? New Zealand?
Yeah, they had 3 tour boats that were there. There was like up to 100 people that were there right before it exploded. Like,
oh my God.
They would take tours into the crater where you could be like, oh, look at it bubbling. And people were 2 tour boats had just left. That's why they have this video of it going off.
Oh fuck!
Like it's literally like they were right there.
Oh fuck!
So there's one boat of people that was still there, and that's why people have
This
died.
ain't our world, baby.
Yeah, you can't say 8 missing. That's 8 dead people.
Yeah, they took some drones and were trying to like see if they could go help people there.
gone.
You know what's so crazy though? America hasn't had one yet. That fuck us up. Like
we were talking about that.
Mentally. Like we're not ready for it. Like other countries, they get them bitches every year.
Yeah.
We ain't ready for it. That's, I mean, in the Bahamas, it happens so much. This is the worst that's ever happened. But it happens so much that you understand you're not big as nature. America hasn't had it.
There's definitely spots that don't, like L.A. L.A. does not have it. But Mount St. Helens had a big volcano eruption back in the day. Remember? A bunch of people died.
Not in modern day time?
Yeah. It was like 1980s.
I don't think in this society, man, we couldn't do it.
When was Mount St. Helens eruption?
There's no way to get everybody out the way neither.
No.
I don't give a fuck how much we try to plan it.
Well, the big one is Yellowstone. 1980.
Y'all talking about earthquakes?
No, volcano. There was a volcano eruption in 1980, Mount St. Helens, in Washington State. I remember that when I was a kid. That was a big one, man. That was like right before I was in 9th grade. So I was probably in 8th grade when this was going on.
Did anybody die?
Oh, yeah, a bunch of people died. Yeah, it was a scary one.
Is it a city?
No, it's a mountain, but there's enough people that live near it that got jacked. Like you look at all the
Like if
the
that hurricane
devastation.
would have hit New York, that would have fucked up America.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think they realized if that hurricane would have. Well, it did. I was up there when it hit. It wasn't bad. It was a tropical storm, but.
Well, do you remember when Tribeca flooded a few years ago in New York?
Mm-mm.
Remember Shane Smith from Vice had a video of it?
Was it during that hurricane?
It was after one of the storms, and the
'Cause I was up
entire
there that one
area of
hurricane.
Tribeca was like underwater. Like people go in their apartment complexes, the first 4 feet of the lobby would be filled with water. So you'd be sloshing through water to get up to the stairs, elevators down, that kind of shit.
So just imagine a hurricane hit that bitch.
Exactly, a real one.
That's
a real
what I'm
one, like
saying.
the one that hit the Bahamas.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. They ain't ready for it. Bahamians, they understand how to live and and bring it back. Americans don't even know how to do nothing. Only people that'll be all right probably is the Amish. Like if
Oh,
technology
you mean if it starts from scratch? Yeah.
start from scratch again, and we'd be fucked, man. Like we don't know what to do. Like my daughter, I got an old school like a 75 Caprice. Or was it my 72? My 72 Caprice. I had my daughter in my car. She didn't know what this was.
Rolling down the window?
Rolling down the window. Like, motherfuckers wouldn't know what to do. Motherfuckers, like, matter of fact, funny, Andrew, I was trying to get directions here because my shit was fucking up. It was so weird. He'd give me directions by voice. All right, you're going to see a light. You're going to turn left. The old school way. Like,
Oh, no.
we don't even know how to use those little simple things. Like, we don't know east, west, north, south.
When I first used to get gigs, I used to get a notepad, and they would call me up on the phone. They go, okay, here's the directions. You're going to take the this to the that. You're going to take that for 6 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you got to every gig. You would and you would write the directions down on a piece of paper, and I would have like a folder for all
Yeah.
the different times that I went to these places. I would just
That's one of the reasons why where I live on the island a lot is to keep my mind on some regular shit. Like my mind is, if I don't need it on this island, I don't really need it. So
Yeah.
I learned how to. So if worst case scenario happen, I could still survive.
So if you get stuck on the island, the rest of the world falls apart.
Or if the rest of the world falls apart, I could still survive like an Amish motherfucker.
Yeah.
Not saying I know how to cook, like kill animals and shit like that, because I ain't good at that yet. I still want to learn how to clean a deer. I want to learn how to do that type of shit. But for the most part, I can get some fish. I know how to fish.
Yeah.
So-
Well, in the Bahamas, that's all you're going to need anyway, right?
Yeah, and chicken
Chicken and fish.
and fish.
And you could probably have chickens just run around out there. There's no predators, right?
Snakes. What have I seen out there? It might probably, them rich motherfuckers might be bringing some type of animal up there. They put pigs in the water and shit.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. That's the place where, is that the Bahamas where all the wild pigs are? They come up and people feed them?
Yeah, it's a tourist spot. Now, I remember I used to go there. It used to be just me and the pigs getting high.
Really?
That
How long ago was that?
About 5 years ago when I first started, because that's the first place I went back when I started smoking. When I started smoking, I said, I want to go everywhere I went before and get high there.
Wow.
And that shit was one of the places.
Why do they have wild pigs swimming around there?
Tourists. They get tourists there.
Really?
It's just like in scuba diving. They start just throwing shit in the ocean. And
Like what?
Like little statues and shit. Throw it in the ocean and you go look at it and people it's just for pictures.
Oh, so they put it in there to try to get more people to scuba dive.
Yeah,
just trinkets and shit.
Yeah, and then it ended up becoming a coral reef and shit like that over time. So it kind of is good, but at the same time, that's the only reason why they put it in there, to pay for people to pay for touring.
It's a weird way to get people. Just throw pigs in the ocean.
It's weird that people will go all over the country. Yeah,
I've heard people talk about it in L.A.
There's pictures on my Instagram on
Swim
that.
with the pigs. Those pigs will fuck you up too. If you're around them and you don't feed them, they'll bite you in your ass. That's a pig.
Yeah, motherfucker be picking them up, taking pictures.
Oh, that's so dangerous.
Yeah, they be fucking with them. They gotta stop though. I be seeing them they be trying to get them drunk and shit. You gotta stop that now. Come on.
Come on. So they feed those pigs every day? Is it that like a daily thing?
The tourists do. But I mean, so many tourists come in there, they give them stuff, throw them little bread and shit.
So they're almost tame.
Yeah, they kind of done evolve with it. They used to it. They come in there, swim. And then they got iguanas on that. I think Nicolas Cage used to own that island, but he probably sold it.
Look at that.
Yeah, I took that picture.
That's a great picture, man. Do they get food? What do they eat out there besides what the people bring?
That's all I know.
So it's just what the people give them.
Yeah, and they have tourist boats every day.
I wonder how they control their population. How do they keep them from exploding?
What you mean?
Pigs make a lot of babies.
Yeah, and they eat them. What you think they do when the motherfucker get big? All right, next.
Oh, so the people on the island eat them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, shit, they still pigs, I guess. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
They still bacon.
And
I eat
still
bacon
good food. So they feed them. That's kind of a wild way to grow hogs.
Don't that motherfucker look like a tiger? I just looked at this. It look like tiger pigs.
They do look weird.
Yeah.
You know, that happens to regular pigs if you let them
Man,
wild.
pigs do look nasty, but they so fucking good.
I mean, delicious.
Like the bacon?
Yes.
Good as fuck. I love bacon.
I had some bacon recently from pigs that they gave chocolate milk and hazelnuts to. They fed them chocolate milk and hazelnuts.
And do it taste better?
I don't know. I don't think so. Honestly, I think it just tasted like bacon.
It's like a Ferrero Rocher bacon.
A Ferrero?
You know what those little things are called? Those Ferrero. I don't know how to say it. It's a hazelnut chocolate thing like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Ferrero
about.
Rocher.
Yeah.
Something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I can't really determine what that tastes like. But it was just bacon. Pigs have a lot of babies, man. What's weird about the pigs is they're all one thing. Like wild pigs and domestic pigs, they're all the same thing.
Hogs?
Yeah, they just get weird when they get wild. Their body changes. Their hair grows longer. Their nose grows longer. Their tusks grow longer just from being wild, and it happens like immediately. They could be out there for a couple months. So
just naturally does that?
Yep. You take a domestic pig, you let him go and live in the wild. When he knows he's on his own, there's a shift that happens in his biology, and his hair starts growing thicker. And his nose starts going longer.
That's what scientists can use that for something.
Yeah, for people.
That's what I'm
trying to figure out. Like to us, right?
Like when we go out there, we just gonna naturally grow horns and.
Well, we're gonna get meaner. We're gonna revert back to what we used to be when we had a hunt and gather.
Yeah, the hood. That's what the hood is now. Shit, and people mad at us.
Yeah,
that's what the hood is.
Yeah.
Life.
I forget the quote. Somebody made this quote. Maybe it was George Orwell or someone famous. Is that if you get a man sufficiently mad, you can see the caveman in the red gleam of his eye. Something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
The idea if you push a person far enough. That's why people are always fascinated by.
That's like Game of Thrones.
Survival story. Yes.
Like that part when he beat him so much to where he ended up just being like a pet.
Yes.
You know, it's the same thing. You can do that. That's with anybody. You just mold them how you want them. After a while, you mold them to what you want them to be.
That's why that movie was, or that show.
That's
rather,
what
was
we
so
do in
interesting.
stand up. That's what we do in everything, entertainment. We mold it how we want it to be,
Yeah.
how we see the world, what we want the world to be.
Do you ever think of stand up as mass hypnosis?
I don't know what that means.
Do you know what hypnosis is?
Mass,
Like
mass,
like large people.
Okay, yeah. You have to put people under hypnosis when you do it.
Yeah.
That's why, if in most comedy clubs, the bar is outside of it because
Yes.
it takes away the attention and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said massososis. I was like, I had never heard that.
It feels like hypnosis when
Yeah.
you're in the groove.
It is like that and that's why you hate when somebody talks, or because it throws you out of the hypnosis
And it
spell.
throws the people near them out too.
Yeah.
That's the real problem.
Yeah,
It fucks it up for the people. You see people, you see them turn their head away.
yeah.
That guy won't shut the fuck up. You see that?
It's an art, and it takes time, but it's hard now because people don't care about art no more.
Some people do. Like that dude who paid $120,000 for a banana taped to the wall.
That was
You see that
promo.
shit?
That was promo.
It was, right? That's why we're talking about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk about it. That's why I never post about it. See, I know what I'm doing. I don't talk about shit that I don't want to promote.
Did you see the other dude ate it? Some other guy pulled it off the wall and ate it. And he said that was
You
art.
gonna keep talking about it, huh?
Yeah.
Nah.
Just because it is promo. You're right. It's stupid. But it's funny that it's
stupid to me.
indulged.
Because now that promotes another person to do it.
Yes.
You see, and that
good
hits
point.
the ecosystem. That's why I try to watch what I push, because I know how stupid people are. They're like, oh, that's an idea. Let me put a naked woman there on tape on the wall
Right.
and eat her. Like, it's
true.
Do stupid shit.
You're making sense.
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
It was called Comedian.
Okay.
That's
What was called comedian?
the piece
art
of art.
piece.
Yeah,
He's going to keep talking about it.
my bad.
He's going to talk about it more. Look at him.
Might as well. Fuck it.
Start googling it.
You ever go to the LA County Museum of Art? Good. Don't go there. If you hate that banana, you'll hate that place. This fucking LA County Museum of Art is one of the weird. This like some of it is art. Some of it's interesting shit, and then some of it is like there's one of them. There was a plexiglass box that was on the ground, and I thought it was a seat. I go, what is that? Somebody sit on. They got some crafty ways. No, that's the art piece. So I go, well, what is that supposed to be? And it's like, well, the artist wants you to interpret, whatever's in that box as the art, whatever it is. It's up to you. Like, what?
I interpret his mind, and I would have walked off with it.
Oh,
That's how you do it.
Interesting. I think it's bolted down. I don't think you had the first idea of that.
What
It's
is
just
this?
so
This dope,
stupid.
man. You got some
It's a
dope
clock.
shit, man.
Thank you.
Is
That's a
this the
clock.
clock from Back to the Future?
No, there's a guy named TGT Studios, and he makes these dope clocks. You want one? I'll get you one.
Man, I want everything you got in this motherfucker. the flamethrower.
The flamethrower's out of sale.
Shit.
They sold out of the flamethrowers.
Man, that's dope, though, man.
We ran out of gas on it too.
You got a dope life, man. I
Thanks,
envy
brother.
people
Thank
that just can do what the fuck they want, how they want. I envy that.
Thank you.
Because I have to think about what I do, because I have to think about the people under me. So, which I don't, but I do. I just feel obligated to.
But how does that stop you from buying a clock?
Not I'm talking about be able to do what the fuck you want. Like this shit is. That's what I feel when I'm in here. Just like, man, you can tell he really do what the fuck he want.
Yeah.
I do what the fuck I want. Don't get it twisted, but this shit's just dope.
Thank you.
Dope shit.
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
Yeah, we all are. We blessed.
For sure. If you're listening to this, you're blessed. If you're alive today, you're blessed. This is
If you
2019.
breathing, you achieving.
Yeah. Ooh, I like it.
Come on.
That's some Joel Osteen shit.
That's me. Smile, bitch. Smile, bitch.
That's a great fucking song.
You got a lot to be smiling for. That song is the Universe song. That was from the Universe.
Yeah.
Yep, that was all the Universe. I was put out there for the Universe. I love to see what it did. That was the dopest shit.
It's a great message. It's a fun message.
It's
you
great
know?
to see what it did, just the people, just how it brings people together, how it just, when people tell me how it got them through what they doing, or just seeing older people, seeing people from babies to 90 years old, just enjoying it. That's all you want it. Even as a comedian, as an entertainer, see people just enjoying it and enjoying it for the right way and what you put it out there for.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, damn, this shit working.
That's the best part of what we do.
Yeah.
Right?
And
The best part.
The best part is, well, for me is like I really do what I do for other people because I done got everything I wanted. You know, it's like now all my agenda is for the betterment of other people as a whole. That's what I want to see.
That's your ultimate goal.
My ultimate goal, yep. My ultimate goal is to have a little bit of Lil Duval in everybody. Because I feel like if everybody act like me, the world would be perfect. Shit.
It would be a more fun place,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely would.
You're making some good points. I'm thinking about Hong Kong. What the fuck can I do to help Hong Kong?
Nothing. Shit.
I'm thinking about it. Like, why?
You can't do nothing at this point. You can do something like if you implement. The best thing we can do in life is just be the change you want to see. Just be that. Everything we are is what we saw. So you have to give more examples of that. Move in the movement that you want others to move, and it trickles down over time. The butterfly effect. Everything's the butterfly effect.
That's real.
So if you're trying to change, that's how you change it. But in the meantime, that shit gonna happen. I don't know who right or who wrong. Depends on which side you're on. That right.
That's the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know who's right or who's wrong. Depends on what side you're on. Lil Duval.
Bars.
You can see that like in a all black screen, white letters. That fades black in the beginning of a film.
You ain't hit the J no more, man.
I know. Give me that lighter. I was just starting to think that. Starting to sober up here.
I'm high as a bitch.
This Kevin Smith weed is legitimate. Didn't he say it has some crazy amount of THC? It's like 40-something% THC.
I need some more of that.
Kevin's another one. He didn't get high until a few years back. I don't know what happened. But all of a sudden, he went from never getting high to getting high all day, every day.
That's what I am. I love to get high. It's my pastime. Like, I need it at this point just to pass through life. It's like, all right. I only do it when I ain't got nothing to do. Which is most time. Most people ain't got shit to do. We just do.
Do you get high before you do shows?
Yeah. Unless it's like, it was this one time I just like, that shit, whatever it was, I was like, I can't keep doing this. I got to wait till after. When I'm by myself and just have this. But
sometimes, too, when you're traveling, you're already like a little fucked up in the head. Like your head's always kind of a little foggy. Plane rides, getting up early, not enough sleep, that kind of shit. Then you have to do a show.
That's why I got a plane now. So that made it a lot easier.
Do you fly yourself? You actually fly, don't you?
I try to fly. I'm learning. That's why I bought the plane and learned as I go.
What kind of plane did you get?
I got a Baron 50 and a Baron 55 and a Cessna 421.
And you're learning how to fly them.
Yeah, I know how to take off, land, and do all that. But as far as like really paying attention, and that's where it's hard for me. Still, I'm still trying to learn to pay attention and learn what's what, and knowing when shit out.
Instrumentation. And
Yeah,
all that
learning when shit broke.
Yeah.
Because the motherfuckers do break you, and I wouldn't have known if my pilot wasn't there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm
What
still
broke?
learning.
What broke?
A lot of things. Them shits break like a motherfucker. Them shits. Every time I land, there's something on that motherfucker.
Really?
But I'm blessed the way I can afford to do it, and it pays for itself kind of in what we do. So I like it, though. And I like the fact that I like getting more people like me into it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of black people need to get into it more so because this shit been going on for a long time, and for it to be going on so long and we not into it as much, we should. I think that's a problem.
Well, aviation's freedom.
It's the most freedom ever, man.
I mean, you got a 3-dimensional road in the sky. You go wherever the fuck you want.
But you don't know that though until you do it.
So is this is you right here?
Oh yeah.
And this is
that's my Baron.
So is this propeller driven? Is it a jet?
This engine. Just a regular engine.
But is it driven by a propeller?
Yeah, two Continentals. I think those got Continental engines in them.
So those are supposedly the best if something goes wrong because you can still kind of land them.
Yeah, they best. It says it's always best to have 2 engines. Because my first plane I bought had one. It was a Piper, and that would be cool too because there's a lot of land to land on Earth. But I used to go to the Bahamas, and he was like, if you don't want to be over that water with just 1 engine. So I was like, all right, you're right. So I got the planes with 2 engines on them. So if one go out, that bitch will still fly.
Oh.
I got video of that on there too. Go to my Rich Broke page, Rich Broke Air. I got pictures of that showing with the plane flying with one engine plane.
How long have you been doing this for?
About a year. I had this plane for about a year now. About a year and a half maybe.
So right when you started flying, you just went ahead and bought a plane.
Yeah, right when I bought a plane, that's when that was my way of getting into it. Cause I didn't know how to get into it. I was like, all right, I'm buying it, and I bumped my way into it, and that's what I did. I found somebody. How did I find that guy? In the Bahamas. I think I rented his house out or something. He said, I'm a pilot. I said, for real? I'm trying to buy a plane. Whoop, whoop. And that's the conversation, bumped into that. Is that it right there? With the
Fly Rich Broke Air.
No, that ain't it. That's my old one. Go to one of the last 2 posts on there. You can see where the propeller not
And this old one is the one that had 1 propeller.
This the one that had 1 propeller.
Yeah, you don't want that, right?
You went to Rich Broke Air?
I found something on Twitter.
Oh yeah, go to Instagram. I thought I could send it to you, I think.
It is kind of amazing how few people learn how to fly.
Right, yeah, that'll go right there, I think. Like that's it with one of the engines out.
Oh,
it's still
shit.
flying.
So why did it go out? Did you shut it
just
out on
showing.
purpose?
Yeah, it's just showing that it can still.
Dude, fuck that. What if it won't start back up again? What if the other one
You can
starts to
still
sputter?
land. Now the only problem now is you got to watch. Like if that shit don't cut, if that bitch cut off while you taking off, you gonna crash.
Yeah.
So you want to watch your weight and all that shit there and make sure the engine's running.
Have you had any close encounters?
Nah.
No close calls? I should say close call. Close encounters, that's like aliens.
Only thing I might have had was nah, I ain't never had nothing really happen.
So everything's smooth. No problems. Easy landings.
My first plane, soon as I bought it, soon as it landed, that bitch cut off.
Really?
Soon as it landed, my first plane. But it was an old motherfucker.
You don't want an old fucking plane.
Honestly, you do.
Dude.
All these planes, I'm telling you, I'd rather an old one than these new, because the new ones are still trial and error and they crashing and all that shit there.
Oh, like the 737?
Yeah, it's like those are still using new technology. You want some shit that's been there for like 30 years. Most of these planes you see now, they old. They like 80s and 90s.
Really?
Yeah, and most of them Gulfstreams, unless you get the new ones, but the ones the rappers renting, them some old 90s Gulfstream. But they still nice and they still good if you keep them up. And then most of them, they ain't keeping them up. I keep my plane up better than most of these commercial planes. I flew here on a commercial. That motherfucker sounded like the transmission was slipping. Motherfucker, like the fuck.
Oh, I do not want to hear irregular noises on a plane.
Let me see the
Burr flies helicopters. I went out with him.
Who?
Bill Burr.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he
That's
took
dope.
me all around Malibu right after the fires. You get to see everything that was just devastated.
That's dope.
That's crazy to see. That was one thing about here that humbled people up, let them know that nature's real. Is the forest fires, the wildfires were out of control here last year.
We got to. I think we need to be humbled as a country as a whole.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't want to prey on it for us, but we need something to humble us towards more so life than money.
Yeah.
And I think a natural disaster will do it.
Yeah, it would.
We won't have no choice.
Do you remember post 9/11? Do you remember what happened?
Yeah.
With the way the country changed?
Yep,
After 9/11?
I was supposed to be doing Carolines there
Really?
that day.
Wow.
The day I was supposed to be opening up for earthquake. I was in St. Louis and I got stuck in St. Louis.
Wow.
And we had to drive a Greyhound back.
Wow.
That was the longest ride ever.
But that changed the way everybody was for a little bit.
Yeah, it made you realize nothing else matters. Man, that's when you realize what really matters.
Well,
A
that's when
natural
people,
disaster.
oddly enough, that's when people are happy.
Yeah, that's
People are
what
happier when they've survived something rough. like
that's what
that.
island like living does for you. It lets you you understand what matters and what don't matter, and that's what America needs. A little humbling.
Just humans need it in general. And when we get out of control, we're like spoiled brats. You know?
A lot of countries got it. Like I say, islands get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you always gonna have corruption and stuff like that there, but for the most part, they get it more than we do.
Yeah. They're in tune.
Yeah,
Right?
you in tune. Nothing comes before nature.
Yeah.
God.
Island people, Hawaiians are like that. Very, I mean, as a culture.
We done
very
got too
in tune.
detached from nature now.
Yep.
Where we don't need it. We think we don't need it.
Right.
You know, so that's where we got fucked up at.
Yeah.
We need to humble back for a second.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right. I just don't want it to have to happen. You know?
Me neither.
You
Not
know?
on my watch. I don't feel like going through it. I honestly don't. Like, I'm really on that type of time. I'm like, shit, I know it's going to happen. I don't. That's why I try to practice now and prepare myself.
What do you do?
Live on the island and chill. So I can be prepared. I don't
Make
want to
sure
be
you got
culture
plenty of
shocked.
hooks.
I won't be culture shocked when the shit, like the lights go out. And you be
Yeah.
like, oh, shit. You know, the first 5 minutes you cool. Then like 20 minutes later, you're like, all right, get me up out of this motherfucker. Turn the lights back on. Put the generator on.
Yeah.
Like even on the island, the shit, last time I was there, all electricity, they cut that shit off for like 3-4 hours just cause. They don't be having no reason behind it. They just cut it off. They say they fixing shit, but they don't be fixing shit.
Well, weren't there was a big lawsuit about brownouts in California. They were doing it on purpose. They were just shutting down giant. Wasn't it part of like a negotiation or something? I'm trying to figure out what it was, but it was
recently?
criminal. No, it was a bunch of years ago. Like
Well,
10
see, I
years
just
ago.
use it as a way of, all right, this God way of showing me, all right, let's see what you can do without this. You know, it's kind of my way, all right, I can't use the phone.
It's stunning how quickly you feel weird.
Yeah.
All the power's out now. Everybody has no power. No one has any power. Whoa.
Just practice it. But you practice it in that goddamn tank. What's that thing you think tank?
Sensory deprivation tank.
Yeah, like that's just meditation. Like you get away from everything. Like
That's why people like camping. You
Yeah.
know, because camping is like, hey, this is what it's like. You know, this is what it's like if you live outside in your little cloth house.
man, if you go outside and leave your phone for about 30 minutes or an hour, the grass start looking greener. Like, it's like you start really seeing shit. You know. Like,
Yeah.
It's just and maybe it be the shrooms or something, but it's just everything's enhances when you put that down for a little bit.
It just takes too much of your attention.
Yeah,
phone-
takes all that attention, mine too. Shit.
Yeah.
But I try to put more into it than I give than it feeds me.
Yeah.
You know.
It's hard. It's just sometimes you're just bored. You just want to find out what's going on in the world.
Yeah, but you got to put your nature back. I try to instill humanity back into it. You know, because you can use it for good to put it back out. So, shit, we doing it now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing it now. It's just you could listen to this while you're in nature. Someone might be on a run right now. In nature. Listen to this high as fuck.
What's up, boy? It's time to ride. It's time to ride. It's time to ride.
But that's an amazing transition between no weed and four years later, full blown, all in. I went the same way in the beginning, but for me it's been more. It's like 20 years now.
20.
But it was the same thing. I just thought it was for losers. And then
Yeah,
as soon as I
you
did it, I was
started doing
like,
it.
oh, I can't believe I was missing out on this.
That's how I felt about shrooms.
Oh yeah.
Shrooms is really drugs. That's what. that's like everything else is synthetic of that. That's when you realize, oh, this what they trying to imitate.
Yeah. That's what they're trying to get.
This what they trying to get.
They're trying to get to this crazy place where you're
But I don't like to
interacting.
promote it though, because it ain't for everybody.
No.
Like everybody shouldn't do it.
I used to
But I
think
think your
everybody
audience
should.
is okay. That's cool.
Some
I talk
of them.
about it on
There's
here.
5 guys out there that shouldn't do it.
Yeah, but
I used to think everybody should do it too, but then people with schizophrenia can become a real issue.
yeah, if you're not at peace, like,
Yep.
and you got to really understand when you see things, because sometimes you don't come back. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't come back. Yeah.
You gotta be able to. Yeah, I'm fine.
You hiding a
give me that
bitch,
shit.
ain't it?
Yeah, just give me the box. Thank you. It's not that bad. Just a little splash on me. But yeah, it's some people don't come back, and famously,
Yeah.
from acid. Acid does a
That's
lot
why I
of
don't
people
fuck
in.
with acid.
I mean,
I don't fuck with nothing that people die from.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with nothing that I can't see came from nature.
Yeah, it's a good move.
That's only weed and shrooms. That's as much as that.
That's a good call for everybody, just as a general rule. Don't fuck with anything that doesn't just come out of the ground that's natural.
Yeah,
Especially when something like weed or mushrooms that has thousands of years of use.
and shrooms and like you're right. Like weed, you realize like there's something for everything. Any other drug they got a strain or something that'll give you that same stimulant. Same thing with shrooms is just like, man, that's the only time I feel like I eat bad. when I'm on shrooms.
When you're on shrooms?
That's how I know that shit real. Like that shit is just like, that shit is amazing. It's even hard to explain because it's like, this shit is fucking amazing.
It's pretty amazing. What's amazing is that it's been around for so long and it's still illegal. So
Yeah.
guys like you have these crazy experiences.
It's legal in Colorado now, right?
I think Colorado did something to decriminalize it, but Oakland famously recently decriminalized everything. Ayahuasca, mushrooms.
What is ayahuasca?
Everything. Ayahuasca is the edible form of DMT. It's a drink that they take, and like Amazon indigenous people have invented.
I think somebody just told me about that.
It's real. It's not similar to mushrooms in that it's it's obviously a different thing, but it can be insanely potent, from what they say. I've done the synthetic form of it, which is DMT. I haven't done the ayahuasca, which is the edible form of it. The edible form of it is like supposed to be like more mild but last longer. I just haven't had a chance.
When you do it, let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Let me know what it is.
Everybody loves it. I mean,
Has
I know a lot of
anybody
people that have
died
done
from
it. No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe like one person ever. But there's someone who died recently from it.
I'm still on certain level. I'm still probably at level 2 or 3 with shrooms. Like I ain't went all the way yet.
What's level 2 or 3? How many grams you taking?
The most I've taken, and this was by mistake, was like 4 grams because I missed and put the scale on the wrong thing.
That's a good solid dose.
And yeah, that was too much for me. Like that shit had me so emotional. Like I've never been that. I've never laughed, and I'm a comedian. I've never laughed so hard. Was that day like that? I was laughing. I was crying. I was just, and it wouldn't stop. Like it just wouldn't. It just wouldn't stop. It just laughing, farting, peeing. Like I just couldn't control no type of. It's like all my shit was just like, and it felt amazing. Like it was just like amazing. But after that, I couldn't do. I was like, I can't, because I couldn't shake it. Like it just wouldn't go away. It lasted about 7-8 hours.
Wow.
Like and that's another thing about shrooms. They do last a long time.
Long time. Yeah.
Lasts a long
Ayahuasca is shorter than that apparently. I think it's.
I like it for a long time because I like it. But I only do it like once a month because I can't go through that emotional roller coaster so much. Cause it's fun, but it's like a ride. It's like, all right, I don't want to do it no more. But I can do it like once a month, maybe 2 grams, and I fucked on it one time, like, and that was good. But I ain't do that much. Like I could fuck on it when it's just a little bit, but when it's a lot, I can't. I ain't even thinking about fucking. I feel like I'm fucking. It feel like fucking. That's what it feel like. When like, I'm just thinking about it now. I'm going through my mind. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that think that's the origins of religion.
It is. I think the origins are that and Zodiac. I think Zodiacs is really real religions. I think we really are our signs. In some kind of way, the stars and all this shit connects.
Like real astrology.
Yeah. I think it all connects.
I wish I knew enough about real astrology to make fun of it. But every time I start talking shit about astrology, I'm like, I don't really know that much about it.
I don't know shit about it neither. I'm learning as I go. I'm looking and I'm paying attention. I'm just going by observation. Like,
right. See, scientists will tell you it's nonsense. But are they sure? Like, there's so many weird factors that they're taking into account. The moon is in this, and the Mars is in retrograde, and Venus is in
that
There's
retrograde shit.
all that shit they're taking into account. Is that even real, what they're saying?
I kind of, like I was saying earlier, I believe we are more of our nature than we are what we think we are. So I think if we're connected all together, I'm trying to think how to articulate it, because I've been working on this. That's why I went back and watched Illicella again, because it's kind of like that. But it's like say for instance, a dog, before it turns around like that, just natural.
Right.
Like, we do certain things natural that we don't even know we do. But if you understand the connections of that, you can kind of use it to your favor and change everything.
So
But I
recognize
just
your own
ain't
patterns.
figured out. Yeah, I ain't figured out how to use it as my superpower yet. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to use it. And you know how people could take numbers and they say numbers do shit in the world or certain things. I think there is that in nature. You know, you just got to figure out like which time. It's kind of like, even the social media, I kind of do it, just let nature take its course and do certain things. Or in life, I'm not even social media, just in life, I kind of let nature take its course. I plant the seed and let it grow, you know, and it kind of does what it do. So in the same sense in life, and I don't know, I got to figure it out a little more. I got to do more research with my words.
I know what you're saying.
But I think I got it. I think women are more powerful with it than we are.
They have more intuition towards it, or
they just don't know it. Like, if they knew how to control that shit, they'd be like Jean on X-Men. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. You ever heard of the I Ching? You know what the I Ching is? I Ching is an ancient Chinese method of divination, and I think you like would ask it questions and throw these stones. And there's I think they're hexagons. I think that's what they are. And they have different marks on them, and they read these marks, and it's supposed to predict things. Mm-hmm. And it's been around for thousands of years, and it's really complicated. It's a bunch of different. Do you have what it is?
I mean, it's just the charts that. This is
just
very visual, so for
cool.
those that are listening, it's gonna be tough, but.
Pull up one of those charts.
When you throw the 3 coins, you get a number.
Yeah.
That number then correlates to this chart, and then you get this symbol, and I'm going to imagine then you take that symbol, and then it equals one of these things: wind, heaven, lake, fire, thunder, earth, mountain, water. And then I don't know how. There's a lot.
I think
these
like
charts are very big.
Like, say for instance, if I knew the charts thing, I could know when to be at a certain place at a certain time to get a certain type of energy that I want.
Yeah.
Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's I can't explain it, but I'm still trying to learn.
Well, there was a guy named Terence McKenna, and he was this very famous psychedelic philosopher dude, and he studied the I Ching for a long time. And he had some really wacky ideas. But one of them was that he thought the I Ching was a map of time, and that's what it was created for. And that we don't really totally understand it yet. And that with this method of divination, the reason why it's so effective is somehow or another through these things and viewing these things, you're actually having some sort of an impact.
Yeah.
Sounds like total nonsense, like hippie bullshit.
No,
like
I don't, because
people with crystals.
Shit, I just lost my train of thought. It's like when you know how when like 20 years ago, the stuff that you know now, it was still the same shit, but you didn't have a clue about it. Like,
Right.
I'm trying to think how to explain it in layman's terms. Like back in the day, like we used to wear baggy clothes. You know, hip hop, we bag it in the motherfucker.
Right.
Now that I look back, I was like, this shit looks stupid than the motherfucker. But I was blind back then. But I really, because I had on what I had on.
Yeah.
But I was blind in the motherfucker.
It happens with people. How about bell bottoms?
But I'm saying even in bare bottoms, now you look back like, what the fuck did I have on? But in your mind, so what I'm saying is, in our minds, we really are really blind. It might be something right here. We just not paying attention to it because our minds ain't got there yet.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying.
So, and I said that to say, because when you said we just ain't figured out the methods that you say that we ain't figured it out yet. It's there right in front of us. We just gotta stop overthinking, because it's really simple. Everything is simple. We just overthink it. Think about the car. The car had all them different components to it. Now it's just a laptop now. Simple. We could have skipped all that if we would have just had our minds right where it's at now.
Go from the Model T to the Tesla.
Yeah, and go to just
next?
beam me up.
Right, beam me up.
You know, the shit sounds so far-fetched, but now it's like that shit probably could happen.
I think it's going to happen, but I think it might not be really happening when it happens. I think we might get locked into some sort of digital realm. That's what I think.
I think we are in the digital realm. That's where all this shit coming in. We've all becoming digital, so we can go somewhere else.
It's closing in on us. Like you said, your brain is now the cloud.
And like we're just a piece of nature. Like we think we're just an evolution of the next thing.
Yeah.
Humans. Like we're not even supposed to be humans. All right, I'm going too far. We're going way too.
There was a guy named Marshall McLuhan, and he said human beings are the sex organs of the machine world.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
He just
it.
worded that shit. Yep. It's like we really think we're important, but we're really just a step in between another step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're the, what does Elon Musk call us? He calls us the organic bootloader for our artificial intelligence. What he thinks is that we are here to sort of give birth to artificial intelligence, and it's going to take over from there, and it'll be the new life form.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if that's on the way, and like the gods are looking down on us like these dummies are worried about global warming. They got about
somebody
10
from
more
another
years
planet,
of people left.
Or somebody from another planet watching us as a show, and it's like, look at them. Look at them. They over there doing this shit again.
Dude, I had that guy in here yesterday.
Are they looking at this world like, oh, they finally figured out how to get to the Mars? Think about that.
I got this book from this dude. The author S.C. Gwynn was in here yesterday. It's Empire of a Summer Moon, and it's all about the Comanches and the United States fight against the Comanche and how long it went down. And then at the end of it, by the end, they had defeated the Plains tribes. And you just get this horrible feeling of how all these people got wiped out. Their way of life they had for, who knows, 1,000, 2,000 years is now gone completely. Like, that could be us, and that could be us by our own doing. That could be
that's
this
happening.
civilization by
That's
our own
happening
doing.
in Egypt.
Yeah,
It happened in Egypt. All that shit just done.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's happened in what's the story in the Bible? Shit, I don't forgot the story.
Which one?
The one where they Sodom and Gomorrah, when they cleared the whole place because they saw it was like Babylon. It was fucked up.
Oh,
I forgot.
I know what you're talking about.
Shit.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Right.
It was so fucked up over there that God just washed the whole place up.
Yeah. What was the place?
Shit.
What happened with
All
Sodom?
my Christians finna
Sodom
be
and
mad
Gomorrah,
at
those are
me.
two cities.
Oh,
And
that's what it
they
is?
were walking away, and he said, "Don't look back," and wanted somebody to look back, and he bombed the
Okay.
place, and
Yeah.
it was over. Can't
That's
go
the
out
story.
anymore.
That's what the story says. I'm not saying it's facts. I mean, but it's something probably like that happened.
And
You
that's
know, but-
because they were all naughty. That's what's
They were
hilarious.
very naughty.
That's what's hilarious. They're all
Sodomy.
butt fucking and shit. That's just hilarious. What kind of a weird God? It's the problem with.
I don't think God. I think it's more just as a whole, just how everything evolves into. You know, you put something there and see where it rolls.
Mm-hmm.
This is what our shit rolled to. Like, what the fuck? That's what came out of that shit. Like, that's why I say you really can't predict, because that shit can roll into anything.
Right now, it certainly can.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially at this moment, like at the shift we are as far as in the big picture, we had a shuffle like at the beginning of the century of the 1900s. We had that shuffle now.
I think we're one or two big inventions away from being unrecognizable. One or two big ones. One or two big ones in maybe 10, 20 years. And things could be unrecognizable.
To the robots too?
I think if all we have to do is get to a point where there really is an artificial intelligence and it can make choices and it can think for itself. I don't know how long that takes. Maybe it takes 30 years.
I think they're doing
Maybe it
that.
takes
I think
50.
that's here now.
Yeah, I don't know if it is. But autonomous artificial intelligence that can move around, like something that's built like a person or a dog and can move around and run the world.
I went to this expo in Japan and I saw something damn near like it.
Yeah, they're close. They're getting close. I don't think they're there though. I think for real artificial intelligence, I think they need more time. But all that shit is happening so quick. Like they're developing quantum computers. Google now has quantum computers.
That's just like, man, this shit been going on. Like, I didn't realize till I started flying planes, like, all that navigation shit was there 50 years ago. Like,
What, navigation satellites?
yeah, the satellites, all the stuff we getting on GPS now. Like,
Really?
GPS that's on our phone, that's
When was that
been
invented?
shit, I don't know, when was it?
Dude,
Google it.
I had GPS on my phone in the 90s. I had
On your
navigation-
phone, but I'm saying
not
even
on my
before-
phone. I meant on my car. in the
Even before
90s.
your car. That's
Really?
what I'm
I
saying.
wonder
Even
when.
before your car, they was in
73.
planes.
73.
Yes.
Started by the U.S. Department of Defense in 1973. The first prototype spacecraft launched in 1978. The full constellation of 24 satellites operational in 93.
You got to think they had FaceTime on the moon. Like it had to be. So that means it's been going on. So this technology been going on. So just imagine what they got now.
Yeah, there's probably some shit we don't know about.
Yeah, they got people morphing into animals around this bitch.
You think so?
You never know.
You never know.
Stay woke.
Stay woke.
I'm telling you, you never know. You never know.
You
That's
never
what,
know.
Man, the world is amazing, man. This shit is dope.
Did you hear the shit that they announced that China had created human-pig hybrids or monkey-pig hybrids?
They make hybrids out of anything now. Shit. You can hybrid anything, man. Man, 'cause, I don't know. Horse
Who knows what they're gonna do, man?
Who knows? People just doing anything, putting their shit in the pot and they doing that with humans now. I want green eyes. I want tall. I want.
One day they're gonna have an artificial body. There's gonna be a company that's gonna have an artificial body that works perfectly, and they can guarantee that they can take your brain out of that artificial body and put it in this new perfect body. Take it out of yours, put
That's
it in
like
this,
the movie Surrogate.
and they guarantee you'll live longer. You get an extra 150 years with this
Would you do it?
artificial body. I'm a moron. I would definitely do it.
Would you want to live forever?
No, not forever. But
Me
I would never
neither.
know when to end. That's
Me
the thing.
neither.
There's like a parable about that, about some guy who lives the hundreds of years, but he has to kill his kids in order to do it.
I think True Blood was kind of like that too. That movie when the motherfucker was them vampires, he got tired of living. He's like, all right, this shit boring.
Well, that was in.
Could you imagine seeing people complain about the same things for hundreds and hundreds of years?
Plus, you gotta kill people
Here they
every
go
day.
again. Here they go again, fighting for their rights. Here they go again, tired of this shit. Here they go again. Because you go through the same shit every 20 years.
Yeah. You probably get tired of killing them, too.
People that's 90 years old tired of hearing this shit. People 80 years old, you just laugh at the young people going through their shit. Like, here they go. Here
Did
they
you
go.
ever see Interview with a Vampire?
I don't remember it.
It's that Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah, but I don't
Kristen
remember
Dunst.
it. Should I watch it again?
It's a great fucking movie.
I gotta watch it again.
But the whole idea is that part of it is that these vampires have been around for hundreds of years, and they're starting to get sick of it. Mm-hmm. They're kind of freaked out.
Yeah, that's how True Blood was. They tired of that shit.
Makes sense.
Man, my grandma mad she alive.
Really?
Yeah, my Grammy from Bahamas, she be like she be depressing, like she, cause you gotta think about it. When you that old, you the only one around. You ain't got nobody to talk to. Nobody give a fuck.
Yeah.
Your kids only come over there to take pics, photo ops. You know, nobody give a damn about them.
Right.
You know, so like, and it's a true story. She passed out in the garage and stayed there because she thought she was dead, and then she realized she wasn't. Got up and went right back in the house.
Wow.
Like they just so they don't want you don't want to be here. That's why you want something. You would, even if you don't believe in God, you would want something after this. Like when you like, it got to be something after this shit. I want it to be. You would want to think something after this because this is boring at the end. This don't end good.
It doesn't end good.
Shit.
Some people think that for sure nothing happens, and that to me is just as dumb as thinking for sure something happens.
Man,
Who knows?
Either way, I'd rather be right than wrong. Shit. Shit. I'd rather believe, and you're like, nah, you ain't believe. I told you, I believe.
When you see a dead person, it seems like something's gone.
I swear to God, when one of my best friends, a comedian that passed, died, that's when I was like, oh no, this has got to be a God or something, because I saw it. Like it's.
You feel they're gone.
In that.
Yeah.
When I was in the room with him, right on his deathbed, I saw it. Like you could just see, and you could see that they see it, because he really, like at the time, he wanted me to. he asked me to play Smile Bitch for him, and I played it for him, and then after that, he tried to pull the thing out of his mouth. Right after that. And the funny thing about it, I didn't think it was like I didn't see it as no suicide thing. It was just like, you could see that he saw, all right, next level. I mean, next step. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that I didn't let him do it because I didn't want to see it. I said, no, pulled him down and told his sister to come in. But it's just, you really see it then when you're in there and you see life and see it where it ends. And you know, it's not a bad thing. You just see like, this is what it is.
Yeah. This is what it is.
Yeah.
It comes and goes.
Comes and goes. I mean, it's something next, I hope. Shit.
You know what someone said once, and one of the Gracie fathers talked about this too. Said he believed and he lived his life, Elio Gracie, lived his life like you have to get everything perfect. You have to do everything the right way, or you come back and you do it all over again.
Yeah, that's how karma. That's how people in Indonesia think, and there's no crime over there. None. Where I was at in Bali.
Well, it's a great way to think.
It's
if it's
perfect
right,
way to think.
And if it's right, I mean, maybe that's what
think
you
about
are.
even if it ain't right, you should think that way. Because
Yeah.
if you thought that way, if you thought you come back looking like an ant, you ain't finna be doing too much crazy shit. You gonna do right. You gonna do right by people. In the best way you can.
Well, that always makes me think like someone like you, like how many times have you done this ride? You know what I mean? Like maybe some people are just, maybe the dumbest people amongst us are just, they're just new on the ride.
That's
They've only
what, you
done
know
it
what?
3 or
That's
4 times.
That's the best way to articulate it, because it's like, to me, my whole life, I feel like this shit is so simple, but to everybody else, it's so complicated.
Yeah,
Like
maybe you've been on the ride a lot. Maybe you've been on this ride like 1,000 times.
That's crazy.
Well, if it's real, and look, life,
How many times you think you've been on this
I
bitch?
don't even want to think. But life none of it makes any sense. I mean, it doesn't make any sense that you and I are making noises with our mouth, and we both know what we're saying, and we're laughing. We just met, having a great time, smoking weed together, talking shit. That doesn't make sense either. Like, life is bizarre. So if life this way, this way that we live, which is really interesting, if this goes on forever, like, I enjoy life, and I know you do, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy it. It's great. But if you told me it was going to go on forever, I'd go, fuck, like this just goes on forever and ever. That's going to give me anxiety.
So
That's
just don't
strange.
say nothing and just let the spirit.
But if it happens again and again and again and again and again and again throughout eternity, if that's what life is, if you just live this life over and over again, why would that be scary? But it would. It'd be scary because if maybe I enjoy this life, but I want to think that there's something better. But if it's just this life over and over and over
Like
again until I
Groundhog's Day.
get it right, why is that scarier than doing it once? Because it's not scary to do it once. Like right now, I'm having a great time. You're having a great time.
Yeah.
Jamie's having a great time. We're having fun,
Yeah.
right? Why wouldn't I want to keep doing this? But if I knew that it was going to happen over and over and over again forever, I'd probably freak the fuck out. But that might be what life is.
Yeah, that's definitely what life is.
It could be, and it's just as weird as life itself.
It's not weird. It's great when you look at it as beauty.
Yeah,
You
right.
know? It's just like, I look at it like this, like certain things I'd never asked for or thought it would happen, but it happens in certain, my certain spirits is just gonna come towards. That's why I think we're more spirit than we are anything else, because where I'm from and where you're from, we would have never met. We would have never thing. But even we just come in here, we can vibe and it just, you can feel it. I can feel it. You can just feel it like, damn, this shit's supposed to be here at this time, at this moment. It's just all a part of the moment.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying. It's like there's a process going on, and all the ups and downs.
Yeah,
and
like we
lefts
think
and
we
rights.
just talking, but it's a process in the spirit that's using us at this moment to get whatever they're getting out of it and then go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I wish I
do
could
get
draw it.
I know what you're saying. I've thought about this before too, because I've thought that ideas, imagine if ideas were a life form. I mean, an idea just comes in your head. Like, say if you have an invention.
That's what the internet.
It could, in a lot of ways, right? But I think in an idea in general, it might be a type of life form. Like, what are these ideas? have. I think this is sativa. I don't know what that is. That could be anything. Give it a shot. But that life is like, you know, what was I just saying? I swear I had a point.
Shit, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you off, bro.
I was trying to be a good host. There it is.
Nah,
right
it's
there.
all good, man. I was just
I
vibing.
completely forgot what I was saying.
Fuck, what did he say?
It was
Rewind
important too, apparently.
It'll bump back in us. It'll bump back in us. Just vibe with it. But
yeah.
I just, at the end of the day, I do feel like it's bigger than us, even us too. Like, it ain't even about this. It's about wherever this spirit finna take to something else, you know? Whatever that is.
Well, one of the things that I think is great about cool
stuff
conversations.
we can't even articulate.
Cool conversations like this that we could get and put on the internet. It's a fun conversation, and it makes people want to have more cool, fun conversations. It makes people better at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that talking is in a lot of ways like an art form. People can talk and it's annoying, but they're expressing. It's their self-expression, even if it's just regular communication. Whereas some people can talk, they can tell you anything. And their voice is so cool, you want to hear them talk about everything. Like, tell me about some other shit.
But I don't think I talk that good when it comes to shit that... I'm good at just conversation talk, maybe, but...
But conversation talk is what everybody wants. You're authentic.
Yeah.
That's what people want. People want to hear a guy talk like you that's just talking the way you talk, rather than someone who's talking like a newscaster or a morning radio
But I think
personality.
people need more to see how people move by actions. Like, you need to see, because... I could talk. That's like a preacher. A preacher could talk you out of all your money if he know how to talk.
Right.
But that don't mean he's a good motherfucker.
That's true.
So
that's true.
I'd rather a person judge me off my actions more than my words, because my words might offend you. You might get pissed off, but
I completely understand what you're saying.
You can't. And none of my actions gonna show a flaw in it.
None of them.
And if there is, I can accept my flaws. I mean, I can say, yeah, you're right. I did that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, genuinely, I'm always moving in the way to where I'm not trying. I'm just moving in the way of the good way, in the space of more benefiting you than me.
That's beautiful. I believe you too. I can tell you. I can tell you are on like that kind of a path. But the thing that I was getting at, in a way, is that both those things are important. The way you talk is very important too, because the way you talk, like, it affects young people in particular. Like, it's cool. I'm listening to you philosophize on things and just relaxed approach. Like, if I can't control, what the fuck am I worrying about it? Mm-hmm. And that is a message that a lot of kids could use.
Somebody just said on my Instagram today. They said I'm like the Robin Hood of knowledge. For the hood, like for what they said. Hold up, and I was like, damn, I like that. And because it do feel like that. I feel like I'm able to articulate it for people like me.
Yes.
To get it. You get what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah. But and also you don't have. There's nothing about you while you're trying to talk where it's
Robin
contrived.
Hood of knowledge.
Robin Hood of knowledge. There's nothing about the way you talk that's contrived, and that's what's lacking. What people are lacking is people. It bothers people when you're talking to someone and they're doing like the morning news guy voice. Yeah. You don't even know who the fuck that guy is.
Yeah.
You have no idea what that's a style of talk that they make them do if they want to tell the news in the morning. But you don't have a goddamn clue as to who that guy is. When you talk about something, you have zero of that. You have zero of that fake thing that you're trying to project out there. The fake thing's a weird thing.
I don't even know how
ladies and gentlemen. Very good to see you this evening. We're having a wonderful time here at the show, and you see darkness behind that guy's eyes. He's talking like,
but
like
you know what that is?
Friendly.
I think that come from where I ain't had no choice but to be myself. I kind of molded myself. I never was raised with rules. So now trying to be fake, it's harder for me to be fake than it is for me to be real. Like, I be trying to put on the face, it don't work. Like, I be really wanting to be fake because it seems like it worked for other people, but I can't. Like, I be trying to. So it's like easier for me to be just genuine, and it's because I'm not good at lying like that.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to be genuine, but it's hilarious that you tried to be fake. How would you ever try to be fake?
Cause it be working for niggas, man. I'd be like, shit.
What did you do? What did you do where you tried?
Like, just trying to go in the room and do the industry talk shit and act like I care. Like, I don't be giving a fuck. Like, it just get boring and shit. So
thank God you're here.
I never gave a fuck about. Only reason I won't be famous is just to be with the people. I never gave a fuck about the industry part of it. like that. Maybe because I've been doing it a long time now in my world. Maybe that's what it is. So it don't intrigue me as much. You know, it's like fucking a bitch 1,000 times. It's like, maybe that's what it is, but I don't know. Shit don't do nothing for me like that.
What does it do?
What, the entertainment part of it?
Yeah.
It gets me to where I can get to the people. That's what I use it for. Like, I love the people for real. And the funny thing about it is, like, I recently found out Harriet Tubman is my aunt, like blood aunt for real. Like, so
Really?
it kind of makes me like, so that's why I feel like that. Like, I do like helping people. I do like helping.
She's your great aunt?
Yeah, on my granny side.
Wow.
My name's on the statue. Hold on, I got that too. Let's see, my brain. This is my brain.
Your brain's on a statue?
No, I'm saying I got my brain. No, man. I'm saying I got the statue in here in my brain. My brain is in the iCloud.
Right. Your name's on the statue.
Yeah.
The brain's on the iCloud.
Yeah, my name's on the Harriet Tubman statue.
Have you always been like that, or did that change at all when you started smoking weed? Did you
No, I was
get
always
more?
loved people. I've always,
Yeah.
that's where my name come from, just representing Jacksonville, Duval. I've always did that. So whenever I can't rep it, it's in my name. So it kind of like psychologically for a person that's from there, it makes them see something because you are what you see. So that's why I always use that name.
Really?
Yeah.
To elevate the people from where you came from.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful name for a name. That might be one of the best names.
Duval?
Yeah, because the sentiment behind it is one of the best names I've ever heard. I love that. I love that you're doing that, but I love the thought behind it.
That was the whole thought from day one. I mean, I've always knew I was, like, even where I grew up, I always knew, like, I ain't supposed to be here. It's like, what the fuck am I doing in this shit? Like, but then I was like, maybe God put me here to see this shit for that reason.
To get out and tell everybody that you can get out too.
Not just to be an example, you know, because
Yeah.
I mean, I think the world is going to evolve how it's going to evolve, but I don't want the people from where I'm from to get left behind too. So it's just like, all right, let me show y'all what's going on so you can get a chance to be in the same situation. Just to see the world a little more, you know. So that's why. But hold, let me find this.
That's a great name and a great reason for a name, man.
Yeah, but Harriet Tubman. So the Harriet Tubman thing just made me realize, like, damn, that's why maybe I'm like this. It's just all goes back to the nature thing we were saying. Like it's in us over time. You start realizing
That might really be where it does come from. I mean, who knows
And
where
my
personality traits like that do come from, besides learning from the people around
And my
you.
grandfather, that's not even like my blood grandfather, because I grew up with 3 granddaddies, and I didn't realize that wasn't normal until I got older. But he was always in the community in Jacksonville, so I think I get a lot of that from watching him growing up. So,
Probably, yeah.
So
Yeah, if he's a mentor figure and you saw the benefit that he got out of it, that
I don't even
shaped
know
you.
if I saw the benefit. I just think it just comes second nature. You are what you become. I mean, you are what you see, and that's just the way I move from around older people. Like, I've always been around older people, and then I think older people that was raised by older people, they end up being all right because older people teach you the right values in life. My first friends was old people, like all of my, because they used to have bridge parties and shit. Here you go, right here.
Let me see what you got.
Shit. You know, the shit in the brain that's got to remember, like, hold on, let me think about it. Let me think.
Seriously, what data plan are you on? This is the slowest I've ever seen a photo come up.
I told you I
We're
got
still
cricket.
waiting on that line.
Oh, the line? I forgot all about the fucking line. Oh, shit. Hold up. Y'all gonna think I'm lying and shit.
Okay, what do you got here?
Oh, that's the wrong one.
That's what?
That was the wrong one. Shit.
Oh, no.
Fuck, I had just posted on. Well, that's the monument in Bristol, Pennsylvania, or some shit like that. In Bristol.
And is it just her living, surviving relatives on the monument?
Yeah. All the names of the people that.
Wow.
There go my name.
Look at that.
I found that's all my mama, my sister, my nephew, all that's on there. That's some dope shit, you know. So I can talk shit about that too. Be like,
For
nigga,
sure.
Nigga, you ain't got nobody great grandma Harriet Tubman though.
I wonder how much of that actually gets in your genes.
I
and how
think
much
all
of
that do. Just like
yeah.
an athlete. It's like athletes. The next athlete be better and better and better. It's
Yeah.
like that. It's just natural. It's genetics. It's just naturally in you.
Yeah, I
just
think
like
so, too.
spirits. It's just naturally spirits. We probably met 4 spirits ago.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah, like maybe we're on, like if we are both living the same life over and over and over again, we've probably done this a couple times.
Yeah, maybe so.
For sure.
That'd be dope. Come back the next lifetime. Hey, I know.
Hey, man.
No, I know you.
Well, there's people that you run into in your life where you do feel like they're supposed to be in your life. Like there's people that you run into like this person is me, I'm them, we're family. You know that, and you'll keep that forever. Like I have friends, long-term friends for 25, almost 30 years that are family, and they might as well be me. You know, you get to that point with certain people where you like you know them and you love them so well.
How does it feel like over 50? Like you think that's because over 50 it makes you feel like, all right, I gotta be friends, keep the friends I get close by?
No. I don't. That's one thing I don't worry about. I mean, I know I'm 52.
Are you worried about
No.
being alone?
No, not right now. Maybe one day I would be. But right now, what I'm worried about more than anything is just keeping my health. You know, just make sure I exercise and eat correctly and take a lot of supplements and make sure I keep my health.
To live 2 more years longer?
Not even that. Just maintain quality of life. See, that everybody's worried about extension.
yeah.
You could get hit by a car tomorrow and be in the best shape of your life. You could look like Ronnie Coleman when he won Mr. Olympia. Still get hit by a car and die.
You don't think
matter.
you think I think happy people live the longest.
I think they live longer.
I think-
but how long is longest? I mean, even if you're pushing 114,
Well,
if you're
whenever
dead
I'm
at
at-
112 or 114, you're not going to fucking care. The end is near.
Yeah,
Shit
but
is
I mean,
deteriorating.
like just most of the people I see that's older, that's genuinely happy and moving and healthy looking, they're
Yeah.
happy. Like
Yeah.
those
Right.
would be the moving ones. That they be happy.
Yeah.
Like the ones they be like that. You know,
There's a
It's-
lady that goes to this yoga class.
It's
that I
like
go to.
cancer.
Yes. Yeah. Specifically exercise. You can see people that are in their 70s. They're still fit. They still exercise. They're still working out. They don't have a problem when they can't move around. When you get too old, your body starts to fall apart. One of the biggest problems is you can't get around.
Let me ask you this, and this might be weird or stupid. Turtles live like 100 years.
A lot more than that.
Well, however long.
Yeah.
They don't do that much moving.
It's true.
If we didn't do that much movement, we could live longer.
I don't think that's how it works. But I do think it has an impact. A slight impact.
I mean, because it's like it's like a car engine. You keep running it hard, it's going, no matter how much it's helping, it's going to hurt it more than it's helping.
There's a statistic about professional athletes not living to over 100 and how many professional athletes die before they reach 100 versus regular people. I
Tall
think
people don't live long.
Right. Too much distance between their heart and their body.
Like,
find out how
short people live the longest. I'm good. Like, that's why I ain't tripping. Like, y'all got to worry about y'all health. I ain't got to worry about that shit.
That's true. Really tall people. What is the average age? What's the oldest a professional athlete has lived?
Borderline. They have been around for 100 years, right? When was the professional sport started? Like,
Shit,
That's a good
Bill
point.
Russell?
That's a good point.
Bill Russell got to be the oldest athlete.
Yeah. And he's
tall
still
motherfucker. He the
still
oldest
healthy.
tall motherfucker
Yeah.
I've ever seen live.
He looks perfect.
Him and
too.
Kareem.
He looks fine.
Him and Kareem. How old is Kareem?
He's old, man. He was in a Bruce Lee movie. Remember?
Yeah, damn. Yeah,
there's
he was.
3 football.
What is that, Game of Death?
98, 97,
Yeah.
97, 96. A couple
Oh, there's a few
90-plus
90s?
year olds that were playing football. Yeah.
Football
In the
players.
20s.
Whoa.
But
They
what's the
played football in the
percentage of that,
20s?
though?
But you know what? When they played football in the 20s, they had those bullshit helmets. You couldn't just clash into each other like today.
See, yeah, but see, when you little, you don't have to worry about all that.
Oh, what?
We're going to live. We're going to live. All we got to do is just be happy.
Yeah.
Think about all the old people short.
That's true. There's a lot of short old people.
All the old people
Not a lot
short.
of giant old dudes.
Nah, ain't too many big old motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's
ain't too many
weird.
fat old motherfuckers.
No, that's
B.B. King might have been one of the last ones. Like, he lived a long, old, fat life.
Yeah, a lot of them die real young. like Ralphie May.
Yeah, rest in peace,
May,
bro.
Rest in peace, Ralphie. Ralphie was in his 40s, right? Mm-hmm. John Candy, I think he was in his 40s too. He's a big guy.
Man, I don't even get into like when people die the age because we all. I mean, I know they say too soon. I don't really know if it's a too soon or too late because at the end of the day, it's still all like 100 years in the mix of 100 years. Just do what you can while you're here.
Yeah, do what you can while you're here. Don't sweat it. Don't try to change things you can't change.
Hell no.
And that's the big one. The big one you can't change is your own fragility.
Where do you get that from? The Game of Thrones or some shit?
The clock?
Yeah.
No, that's from Russell Built, the dude on Instagram who makes dope custom metal clocks. He does everything himself. He welds it together.
I gotta start
Get some dope shit.
Dope shit from. I don't be accepting stuff like that because people be want stuff back, and
That's the problem. Yeah, people want stuff back. They want
yeah, it's like
Here,
if
will
you
you
gonna give
post
it to me,
this? Yeah.
give it to me for me, and if I choose
Yeah.
to post it, I might, but don't.
I've had people
I don't do
send
no
me
promo
things.
shit. I don't missed out. I don't want to say missed out, but a lot of money I turned down just because
Yeah.
I don't do that type of shit like that.
I don't do it either. But I've had people send me things and then send me a script. Could you please put this on
Yeah,
social media?
like-
they wrote it for me.
They
Holy
make it
shit, is
bad.
this cool! Exclamation mark. Like literally they write it out for you. I'm like, what are you talking about?
They make it bad, man.
They don't care.
They don't
They're just
care.
trying to get your something from you to help their business. They
Yeah,
don't
that's
give a
and
fuck
I
about
hate
you.
that. Like especially me. I do shit really from the heart, and I do it because I want to do it. I don't expect nothing in return. So when people don't have that same type of mindset, I don't want to help them.
Exactly.
Like you can get it how you want to get it, but I just don't feel because you're not good for the ecosystem. They gonna
Yeah.
fuck it up.
That's true. If you're around people that have that negative mentality, it's a drain. It's not an asset. It's a drain. It will fuck it up.
Yeah, man. You gotta keep genuine people around you. I try to just keep that spirit, like, or keep it going that way. Like I try to put that instill in Andrew too. Like I fuck with Andrew Schultz, man. He a good guy. And he one of the funniest motherfuckers. It's two people I put up that I think the funniest people. Him and Jay Ski. Them two motherfuckers. And I ain't just saying it because they're my friends. They are my friends, and I might be biased, but I still would put them up against anybody.
I don't know Jay Ski, but I love Andrew. He's awesome. I just love how he markets himself too.
Yeah.
He's relentless. Like he didn't need Netflix, didn't need anything else. He's done it all himself, and he does it like a business.
He's stand up,
Yeah.
you know, and that's one of the arts that's kind of dying, you know what I'm saying? But he's like a stand up, and he keeps it. I envy him how he do it because I'm more into entertaining and doing stand up and doing everything else, but just straight core stand up. I like that shit, and he takes it there. Sometimes I have to reel him back though, because he will go too far. He's like on that borderline of crazy and genius. Like you got to say, all right, nigga.
Well, he's taking risks. You know, if you want to make some good comedy, you got to take some risks.
Yeah, but
It's interesting for me to see people with like him that have a great work ethic. Like he's a brilliant guy in terms of like how he's putting things out there and editing things and strategizing and doing doing shows in Russia.
He studies the game, man.
Yeah.
He studies. He sees and he takes his thing and.
That's good for young guys
Once
to see.
once he understood, like, just you don't need Hollywood no more. Like,
No.
you know, because a lot of, especially in our generation, they're stuck in the mindset of thinking that it's Hollywood, but that don't really exist in this day and age like that. Not as much as impact on the culture like it used to now.
It has an impact, but it's not the only impact.
Yeah, exactly. All right, yeah, that's what I mean. It's not the end all. So you
Right.
can create your own shit.
100%.
This internet made it an even playing field. Like you can do your own thing, so you don't really have to just use that route. And once he understood that, he took it and ran with it.
Yeah, it's not even an even playing field. It actually tips the other way because you need to use the internet no matter who you are.
Exactly.
You need to use the internet if you're
And they got to come to you.
yeah, if you're a motion picture company trying to promote a movie, you got to use the internet.
And they got to come to you now. Now you're the network, and they got to come to you for the brands and the ads and shit like that. So you're Hollywood now.
I'm Hollywood.
You,
I want Hollywood.
You in Hollywood. Like, you're really the new Johnny Carson around this motherfucker.
It's ridiculous.
You know? Shit, being on this shit from way people been saying shit, like they've been like, man, you gotta get on that show. You gotta get. Honestly, I just respect you as a comic. Like
Thank you.
I didn't see it as. I don't see people as like the fame part of it. I just see it as he doing his thing. He got his lane. He winning. I don't be seeing the big picture of it and the way people seeing it. And I'm like, this motherfucker got a goddamn cult following around this motherfucker. Like, man, you gotta go get on there. You just gotta get on the show. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna get on the motherfucker. And Schultz was like, man, y'all damn near the same person. Y'all gotta meet. Y'all gotta meet. And I'm like, man, motherfucker don't know shit about me, man. You think about me. You don't give a fuck about me.
I do, though.
Man, so it's just dope, man. It's dope.
It's dope to have you here, man. It's been fun.
How long we been talking shit?
It's 2 hours now.
For real?
Yeah, it's like 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay. That's cool, man.
Light that joint, man.
No problem. I'm stealing some of this shit.
Steal it, free. We give
You know, niggas steal free shit.
They give you whatever you need, man. We get a drop off from Speedweed. Do you ever use Speedweed in LA? It's a weed delivery service from my friend Gino. Outstanding. 5 stars. He
Send me
delivers
some
the
shit.
best.
Deliver me some shit.
Well, ordinarily we keep a chest. We have a war chest. He gives us this giant wooden box filled with weed, but we kind of drained it. So they're filling it up so he has to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Should have had him come back before you were here. A tragic missight. I've been having a lot of those lately.
You study like Buddhism and Hindu?
I've studied a little bit of it. I've read a little bit of it. I've never practiced it.
I try to practice it in my way of living. 'Cause they seem like I think all that shit comes from there. Like the start of his Hinduism, I think that's what it was saying. But I just like the peace of it.
Yeah.
It's just, I think that's where it all started, just nature and you can just live free. But everybody can't live free because some motherfuckers crazy.
The Hindu stuff, the ancient Hindu stuff is fascinating because they always talked about this shit called soma and no one knows exactly what it was.
What was it? I mean, explain
Something
it.
that it seems like it was some sort of a psychedelic. I don't think they've ever figured out what it is. They think it might have been like mushrooms mixed with something else, and they called it soma. They might have created some sort of a concoction. They would do it and trip balls. They figure things out.
Soma.
It's probably real similar to what's happening when people are tripping today. When you were saying that you took 4 grams, it's probably real similar. That feeling's probably real similar throughout history. People have figured out different ways to get it.
Man, when I was on that shit, I seen the $100 bill, the hologram on that bitch was up. Like, you could, like, the little hologram, that shit comes up off the dollar. I mean,
Whoa.
off the $100 bill.
When you're on mushrooms, it does?
Mine did.
Whoa.
That motherfucker came up, like.
Imagine if that's how the cops find out if you're on mushrooms.
That's why I was like, whoever made the $100 bill, they was on shrooms. Or acid. Like, that shit.
Or it's just a
That shit was
unintended
dope.
side
Like, it's
effect.
like, I don't know. I can't think of nothing bad about it. Like, only bad is maybe I wouldn't do it in front of people like that yet. Because I'd be just loose.
They did some studies on mushrooms and they found that it actually increases people's vision in low doses. It makes your vision more accurate. Like if they have parallel lines, I forget what the study, who did the study, but the study was if you have these 2 parallel lines and one of them shifts ever so slightly offline, you would be able to detect it quicker when you're on psilocybin than when you're not. So this is statistically proven with randomly selected people who are either on or not on, and they ran this series of tests, and they found that the people were more effective at detecting whether or not the angle has changed. So you can see better. You have a better view of reality when you're on mushrooms.
I'm going to start telling my homeboys that and act like I'm smart. Mushrooms make you see better.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that.
Well, they think it might have been one of the things that led to us evolving.
Shrooms?
Yeah,
they made us see? Oh!
Yeah.
You ever watch that show? That's a good show.
Which show?
See.
No, what is that?
That's with the guy from Aquaman.
Oh,
He plays
Jason
blind.
Momoa? Oh, that's right. What is that called? That's a new
See.
Apple show, right?
Yeah, called
That's
See.
good? It's a good show?
No, that's a real good show. Like,
Really?
Yeah, and it's about them being blind. Damn, that makes sense. So it's like...
Not that it created vision, but that it improved vision. And it was one of several things they think led to us evolving quicker. One of them was that we started experimenting with different food sources. We had more access to like bugs and rats and all these little things that we could catch. We started hunting things. Then we started using tools to figure out how to hunt things. And all during this process, we're eating weed and we're eating mushrooms. So we're probably interacting with these psychedelic compounds that people have used for thousands and thousands of years when we were primitive man. And so as we're taking these things, we're trying to figure out new ways to hunt, new ways to protect ourselves from our enemies, new ways to farm. We started inventing things. We started inventing language. I think there's a direct connection between psilocybin use and the ability to create words and language.
So really, we are just nature.
Yeah.
We just keep evolving and evolving.
Yeah. We're nature that lives in houses. That's
it.
That's what we are.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like now that I'm thinking, like, so the shrooms. So really everything came from the shroom, and the shroom kind of...
Shroom used us.
Yeah, the shroom used us in growing into us to...
The shroom used us to manifest reality. The shroom used us to create life. And it's not just the shroom, it's the ideas too. Like I think all these ideas that you get, we were talking about this earlier, like what is an idea? If you have an idea like, hey, I'm going to invent this thing's going to benefit mankind, and you just have some crazy idea that's supposed to fix things. Maybe it sucks pollution out of the air. And then someone takes that and runs with it and improves something else. Then someone takes that and improves something. And then you're doing this on giant scales. Millions and millions and millions of people are doing this. And they're contributing to this. And they're all using ideas. They have ideas, and then they turn that idea into a physical form. And then every year they expect it to get better and better and better. Every year they innovate. Nobody ever looks at a television and goes, 72 inches, it looks clear. Let's just stop. No more TVs.
Yeah,
it's plenty
we always
big.
got to get bigger.
Always got to get bigger. Always. But why? The reward is improvement. Like it's constantly gearing towards improvement.
It's like we need that. It's boredom. Boredom makes us do more.
And these are ideas, right? Ideas that we turn into things. And along the way, there's a bunch of shit that fuels our desire to get those things and make these things happen, like lust, like materialism. Like maybe what materialism, where people worry about it being so empty, maybe what it is a function of getting us to invest heavily in newer, better shit so that more things accelerate faster and faster, and that these new inventions come at a faster and faster rate, because that's what we're constantly focused on, is newer, better shit. So they're constantly inventing and improving, and all the while, we're just dumping money into the birth of our successor.
Yeah, the technology. So we're just a movement. We evolved from the shrooms to the human,
to the ideas,
to
the culture, to the different cultures interacting with each other, the resistance of these cultures interacting with each other.
So really, we're just an organism.
We're an organism. Yeah, a fucking awesome one though.
Yeah.
I mean, no organism is having as much of a fucking good time as we.
Fuck what they talking about. Ain't nobody getting shot, and ain't nobody doing all that type of shit. That shit look boring to me.
Nobody's sending video through the air.
Yeah, they ain't FaceTime, and they ain't nobody getting porn and shit.
Yeah, nobody's flying helicopters.
Yeah, they ain't flying
getting
like
in submarines. People are getting in submarines, man.
Yeah, I ain't never seen no goddamn. I ain't never seen no lion 120 feet.
Yeah,
I done that.
Fuck submarines, man. If you were high on a submarine,
I always wondered, like, that got to be the dumbest job to ever want. Like, do you know you're like, have you ever scuba dived? Like I just told you.
I've snorkeled. That's the most I've ever done.
Like I was saying, like scuba diving, like by the time you get past 100 feet, it's just dark. It's nothing down there. That's worse than being in jail in solitary confinement. And how long do they be down there? There's people that be in them submarines.
Oh, for a long time.
They got to be crazy. Like, there's no way you can't tell me, like, that solitary confinement by themselves.
Yeah, but it's also
that's just like on that movie I was saying that show, For All Mankind. They was up there going crazy.
Yeah.
They was going crazy because they had to wait for something to be fixed for them to sit up there. So every 2 weeks they had to wait, and they was watching the same show over and over, over and over. And they had to practice that shit, and they went crazy. I couldn't imagine.
Average 30 days up to 100.
Underwater?
Yeah.
Oh my
Submerged.
God, 30 days, bro. 30 days underwater. How bad does that toilet smell, by the way? We should talk to some seamen.
How much do they get paid to do that? How much do they get paid to do that?
Not enough. There's no way they would get paid enough. 30 days underwater, it could be all the money in the world. If they were getting paid correctly, there'd be no money left for anybody else. 30 days underwater. in a submarine. What? That's the craziest reality show ever. Shit. I just put that out in the universe. Someone's going to do it. They're going to be, it's called Project Nemo. Big Brother Project Nemo. You just film people underwater for 30 days.
I'll be like, hell no. I remember when Joe said that shit.
That could be a great reality show. Look, whoever is listening that's thinking about doing it, just go ahead and do it. Make it. You have that.
Do
one.
it.
Have that one.
Do it for the culture.
That's for you.
Do it for the culture.
Ooh, that would be a popular show. A fucking submarine filled with people for 30 days. I don't even want to get on a cruise ship, man. Do you fuck with cruise ships?
Nah, I've never been on a cruise ship. Never want to.
Oh.
I'm not that guy. I don't like being in the place. I like being in my own place, like the island that I'm on is not nobody there.
Well,
but I like being there. I don't want to be in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And I can't go where I want to go. Like that's
right.
You're not finna do me like that.
Well, yeah, it's also like.
And I know how powerful that ocean is, so I'm not playing with that.
Fuck yeah.
Most powerful thing on earth.
It's also like the thing that's beautiful about you and your plane is you can go wherever the fuck you want. You get up and fly, and you're free. You get to experience it. Same thing.
So you
sort
got
of
one?
in a boat. No.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it right now. But the same thing in a boat. Like when you're in a boat, right? You're out there in the ocean. You can go left. You can go right. You can go wherever the fuck you want. That's something beautiful about a boat is that you're gliding across the top of this water and you're kind of in control of your destiny. You can kind of decide where you want to go. You could be casual. You can enjoy let's just drive along the coastline. But if you're in a fucking cruise liner, you ain't doing none of that.
You ain't doing none of that. You got to go where they want you to go.
And you're on the
water. And you're on there with a bunch of other people.
And everyone's drunk.
Yeah. I don't. If I don't want to be bothered with somebody, I don't want to just sit in my room cooped up.
And every now and then, people throw people overboard.
Yeah, I don't like tourist spots like that.
Right? It's surprising how rarely it happens that people throw people overboard. It's always
probably
like
lately.
Husband and wife.
Back in the day, they probably used to, but they probably got it to where you can't throw people off. They probably can't. I mean, like most of the places,
you can still throw people off.
Because like in Vegas, you can't throw. They can't jump off no fucking building no more.
Really?
They don't got balconies on them casinos, not in the regular hotel rooms.
Because too many people were jumping.
Too many people was jumping.
That's a crazy way to go.
Nearly 300 people since 2000 have gone overboard on cruise ships and ferries.
Holy
so
shit.
They included that too, but.
Holy shit. How many people have been recovered?
This was as according to a professor in Canada, so I don't know if that's just Canada.
Do they ever recover them? Have you ever heard of one getting recovered?
Don't they just keep going usually because they can't stop?
Oh my God, they can't stop. Is that true? Bro.
I've just heard that you got to be careful because they're not going to stop for you. I've never been on one, so I don't know. I just heard that.
That's one I don't care about because I'm never doing it, so it don't even matter. Oh my God,
fuck that. Are you crazy? They don't stop for you.
I feel like if you want,
I'll check.
I feel like if you want to do that, do you?
Yeah, Jamie, we might be getting sued now by the cruise lines.
Someone might stop for you.
There is absolutely no merit in anything young Jamie has said. I disavow.
And if you could see the amount of smoke in this room.
I disavow.
I don't even know what he said that's wrong. I'm sorry.
He said if someone fell overboard, they wouldn't even stop.
Oh.
Well, we lost him. I was like, do they go get you? I mean, how many times do they get you after you fall overboard? Don't they stop? If they don't stop, that is fucked up. If you go overboard and they don't have some sort of a solution to try to go get you, that seems crazy.
But if you did it on your own will, you crazy.
That's
true. You got to survive the fall first.
Fuck.
Oh, really?
Because the ships are very high. What I'm reading right here.
Oh,
they do have a process to go get people if they fall. I think they have smaller ships they can send out and go back and get you.
Dude, you got to survive the fall. I didn't even think of that. That's a long jump to the bottom, right? What if you hit it face first like an asshole? That's a fucked up way to go, man. Falling off a cruise ship in the middle of the night. Ah!
Shit.
Splash.
I've been in plenty of countries where if you just want to drive off, you can.
Right.
Like, so I mean, if you don't value your life, shit, you can't put everybody else in upset. I'm not gonna be more upset about it than you are.
If that's what happened. Yeah. If people just jump off, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But sometimes people get thrown off, you know.
Oh well, that's yeah.
It's always like a husband's like, I don't know where she went. I came out here. I came out here, she wasn't here anymore. I don't know what the fuck happened. They see him the day before.
I don't know what happened.
They see him walking around the day before looking up for every security camera. They got him on footage, marking security cameras, trying to figure out where's the best place to throw her overboard.
The love boat.
Soon we'll be making another run.
I was watching that not too long ago.
This says they'll turn around. This says they turn around.
They turn around. Who says? They do?
This
If it falls off of that, man, it's so hard to put back in place.
Oh shit, my bad, man.
That's amazing that you didn't knock it off.
Yeah,
I thought it was like one of them that you touch it and the light touch.
No, there's some magnet that is making it float in the air, but when I tell you it has to be perfect, I mean, it is so hard to do. Jimmy, how long did it take you to do that?
I didn't even get to do it. Someone else had to do it.
Did Taylor do it?
I've done it once.
Jeff did it.
Oh shit, I'm glad I didn't fuck it up.
It takes like 10 minutes
Good luck.
sometimes,
It's
15
just good
minutes.
luck. It could take, you could get lucky and do it right away, or you might be
I just was doing like this. Oh shit.
Who gave us that again?
And I was about to do this next. I didn't even know it wasn't connected. Hell no.
Think on that.
I know who it was. Hold on.
You do?
No, I mean, like, I gotta find it.
But yeah, we came real close. I thought that was going down. That one next to it, that's a real.
Fuck the whole vibe up, man.
No, it would have been fine. That's too fragile. I mean, it's awesome, but I mean, if that's what happened, that's not your fault. That fucking helmet is the shit, though. Look at that.
Nah, I
thing.
saw that too.
It's
Is
a
that
real
from
World
Platoon?
War II. Real
Is that from the
World
movie
War II.
Platoon?
No, it's a real helmet.
See, you Hollywood, so I thought you had Hollywood.
No, that's a guy named Shane Against the Machine. He's also an artist on Instagram. I bought a couple of things from him, but this one is a real helmet from World War II and a real bayonet that they converted into a lamp.
That's hard.
Oh, dude, it's weird. Every time I look at it, I think about, like, somehow or another, this helmet from war from the 1940s is now a lamp in my studio.
How do you think the next war gonna be?
I'm terrified.
I think it's gonna be kind of socially, or I mean, not socially. I think it's gonna be more
Electronically?
Yeah, electronically.
It could be. It also could be diseases. It could be engineered diseases that wipe out half the fucking population.
Yeah,
so
like
many
that.
different things can happen. Russia was working on a lot of that shit during the Cold War.
Yeah, I wonder how that shit gonna be.
That shit terrifies me. Diseases and artificially created diseases, that shit's terrifying. Or even artificially cultivated.
And the crazy thing, anybody can be that. Anybody can make that happen.
Well, some people can. They definitely did for a while during the Cold War. It's just we're lucky that
I'm talking about
we never
anybody
got-
can make a disease damn near now. If you, with technology and just learning
Yeah.
off the internet, you can teach yourself how to do some.
You can, but we went to the Center for Disease Control once for this TV show that I was working at. We talked to these guys that are working every day, like in these spacesuits with like incredibly toxic viruses. They have it in Galveston, Texas. So we went back and we saw these labs and everything like that. And we were asking them about engineered diseases, and they go, "Listen, fuck engineered diseases. You got to worry about real ones, just regular diseases. Every now and then a pandemic comes across, a flu you can't fix. There's some new Ebola, there's some
There's new
things.
flus out this bitch.
Yes, always new strains. That's why the flu shot doesn't always work correctly on everybody.
I've never had a flu shot.
Good for you.
I've never had a flu shot.
Yeah, I have all the other shots, but I don't get a shot every year. I just
I
don't
think the
know if
body
that's
is-
the best way to do it.
I think
with
the
flu.
body is made so perfect. Like, long as you don't abuse it, like, it's going to heal itself. and
Sort of, but you need penicillin. You need drug. You need a lot of shit.
Penicillin.
You need antibiotics. You need that shit.
Yeah,
if you want to
yeah,
stay
yeah,
alive,
yeah,
if you get an
yeah.
infection. We can have both things. We could have science and we could have reason.
Right.
You could have the acceptance
Right,
of nature.
don't get it twisted. When I get
Yeah.
sick, I do use like certain shit, but I don't like to rely on it. Like, I don't know how to swallow pills.
Good for you.
I don't know how to swallow pills. I have never swallowed a pill before in my life.
Do you ever take vitamins?
I use BC powders.
Oh, okay.
Like, when I get a headache, I have to take a BC powder. But as far as that, that's as much as I do. Like, if I have a headache,
Yeah, they make vitamins you can mix in your drinks.
I
They
do
make-
vitamins. Like,
Yeah.
I take a vitamin, like them 2 a days or some shit like that.
But how do you take it? Do you smash
Gummy
it up
bears.
or something?
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears. Oh, that's a good move. Gummy bears make kids take CBD. Gummy bears are great.
Yeah, gummy bears.
Those gummy bear CBDs are great.
Are they?
Very
You
very
got some here?
relaxing. No, I don't, man. We'll get some. if you're gonna be,
I need to
you
start. I want to sell some CBD stuff, make my own brand of CBD gummy bears. Cause like I used to give my man that had cancer that died, the one I was telling you about. He used to love them CBD things. So I think that'd be dope.
well, people that have arthritis, it's a life changer.
For real?
A lot of my friend Dave had these really locked up fingers. His fingers were fucked up. He just couldn't bend them, couldn't straighten them out. Started doing CBD, and his hands just slowly but surely relaxed, and now they work perfect. I mean, that was something that was fucking with him for a while.
I don't know if it's because over time I haven't did it, but like when I drive my old school car, the steering wheel is hard to hold. My hands lock up. And I wonder is that because over time by using by the steering wheel getting bigger, has my hand evolved to where it can't even do that no more?
You can't grab a hold of a skinny wheel?
Yeah.
Like, what is your old school? What kind of steering wheel you got
It's
on
the
it?
little skinny old school shit.
What kind of car is it again?
Chevy Caprice.
And you said it was 70s?
72.
Caprice? Oh, wow.
72. Let me see if I can find the motherfucker.
You got it all built out?
Yeah, with rims, Florida style.
Florida style. Florida style is giant wheels, right? Isn't that what Florida style is?
Yeah, we like
wagon
big wheels, old school Chevys.
What is that? There's a name for that.
Which one?
Well, I posted it on Instagram when we landed in Miami once.
A
What's it
dunk?
called? Yes.
A dunk.
A donk?
Yeah, I got a dunk. That's what I'm finna show you right now.
Yeah. There you have donks.
Yeah.
So I was in Miami, and this guy it was a really nice car, too, with these ridiculous, huge wagon wheels.
Here you go right here. Mine got 20, I think these 24s. It might be 26s.
Oh, my Jesus. Look at the size of those wheels. That's outrageous.
Yeah.
That's a good-looking car, though. Beautiful.
Appreciate it.
Ugh, I love old cars, man.
Killer Mike got all
Oh,
the
shit.
old
Look at that
cars.
one like that. Look at that one. That
Yeah,
purple one?
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
The wheels are just ridiculous. That's
I
not
got a
necessary.
vert like that. It's just a culture, part of the culture
That
thing.
is ridiculous, man. Go back to that purple one, though. That purple one is beautiful. Just get rid of those wheels, and that thing's perfect. Look at
Hold
the
on, go back
in that thing. God, that's
Go back a little bit. I'm gonna tell you like my type of style.
Dude, that car
Like
right
that
there.
blue one. Go up to that blue one.
Oh,
Like that's sitting right. You know.
that's sitting right with those wheels.
You know what I'm talking about? Sitting right, like
Oh,
that,
leaning
like,
back a little
like
bit.
It's sitting right. Like, I like that. That's how I got the vert and it sits like that.
Oh, see, I grew up driving muscle cars.
Where you originally
from? Well, I was born in New Jersey, but I grew up in Boston.
Okay.
But I lived everywhere, man. I lived out here for a little while when I was a kid in San Francisco. I lived in Florida for a little while,
What
in
part?
Gainesville. Yeah, and then I lived in...
You went to Florida?
Yeah, we were in Florida. We were in Gainesville for like 3 years.
Oh,
And then I lived in Jamaica Plain, and then I lived in Newton, which is a suburb of Boston. Then I moved to New York, and then out to here.
You started
I was
doing
always
stand-up where?
Boston.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
I started in Atlanta.
Atlanta's got a scene.
I started.
The Laughing Skull is a fucking great little club.
I've never done it.
Oh, you got to go there, man. You got to go there. It's a perfect club. It's
All right.
like, I don't know how many it seats. I don't even think it seats 100.
I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never been over there.
And it's
never done
above
it.
this killer burger place. They have a killer burger place downstairs.
I'ma
But it's
go-
just a
I'ma
cool
go over
vibe.
there. I'ma go
It's a
over
cool
there.
vibe. How many?
74 seats.
74 seats. 74 seats, man. I try to do that when I'm in Atlanta. I've done it a few times.
I'm gonna go up there.
But it's one of those ones that's like, it's just a perfect little spot.
I started at Uptown Comedy Corner in
Mm.
Atlanta in '99. I've been doing 20 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, shit, why I quit? How long you been doing?
30.
30.
Yeah, what is it now? 88. I started, so 31. 31 years. I started in 88.
I started in 99.
31 years. That's so crazy.
That's how I feel. Like it feels long, but it don't feel long. It's like, damn, I'm here.
Yeah. It does and it doesn't.
Yeah.
It does in that it has been a long time, like a lot of times around the sun. But it doesn't in that it's still exciting. It's still fun as shit, man. When I'm about to go up at the store, you know, we're all hanging out and look at my phone, check out my new shit.
I
before
get
go
more
up
kick
there.
out of the crowd just doing that than I do the stand up part of it. I mean the socializing stand up part with people. Unless I really fuck with them as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like the stage more so
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
than the comedy just chilling, and
Mm-hmm.
I ain't like that part of that shit.
You don't like chilling?
I do, but I ain't like the part just the energy around that part of it.
Oh,
You know,
okay. I see
didn't
what you're
like
saying.
that part of it.
Well, it's different places have different vibes.
Yeah.
You know, we're real lucky in LA. Everyone's real friendly, real supportive. It's like very family out here. Everybody's all huggy. Everybody's like real supportive. There's no like. Never been a time in my career where I remember less bitchiness,
Yeah.
less squabbling,
When you're
more
dealing
support.
when you're dealing at the bottom, it's a lot more scrambling. It's a lot
Yes,
more
sir.
dog eat dog world. So people cut, do
Yep.
this, do that a little
Mhm.
more. So
I remember
it's
that.
a little different.
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
No, I remember.
Then come on, you make it, I make it. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I used to think. And then I realized these motherfuckers ain't shit. Shit.
Ah, that is a problem. You can get one of these motherfuckers ain't shit guys
Yeah, it's
deeply in
plenty
your
of-
machine.
There's plenty of them out there.
Oh, yes. There's no way you're going to get around that. That's a test of life. Life is throwing you another extra puzzle.
Yeah, but you can get to a point where you can make your own ecosystem.
That's
in
true.
your own circle, and it's like, all right, you come in here if I won't allow it. You come in this if I see if you genuine enough, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And then if you can't, you do your thing over there.
The problem with those ecosystems, if you get somebody who's not doing their best and is annoying and doesn't want to change, sometimes people do get those. You get haters. You get people who try to sabotage your fun. It's real unfortunate when you run into people like that, but they do exist.
They do, but I can kind of, I'm a good judgment of character. I kind of read off vibes, and I don't go by how you treat me. I go by how you treat other people. Because you can really see, because if they treat them like there's a matter of time, treat people that can't do shit for you, you know.
Do you get a lot of people asking you to do shit?
All the time, and I have no problem saying no. I'm not that nigga. Shit. You know?
It gets a little crazy though, right?
Because I do stuff genuine out my heart too, for real. So when people want me to do stuff, I do what I want to do. I don't do what you want me to do, you know. And I know I do enough to where you can't make me feel bad for not doing that.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't trip. I know what I do. You know, I wouldn't be where I'm at now if I wasn't doing right. You know. So
You get dudes like want to open up businesses with you and shit.
oh, all the time. Everybody knows. Hey man, I got this little idea, right? You know, whenever a person, like, especially when they want to do shows and shit, I'm trying to put something together. When you hear that, you're like, you ain't finna do it with me. Put nothing together. When you hear that word, I'm trying to put something together.
I'm producing this little thing.
Yeah, I'm producing this
And
little
I'd
thing.
really
I
love
got
to
these.
see if I could attach you to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like, nigga, no.
yeah. No.
I'm not that guy or promoter.
No.
I hate that.
But that's always part of the whole hustles. There's always going to be those guys that try to glom on and try to sell something, attaching you to it, and you
And
gotta
I
learn
get
how to
it.
say
That's
no.
what they do.
Yeah, that's
but
their hustle.
It's like I don't mind you even trying me, but don't be mad at me for saying no. Like, you know.
I do get mad though, because in their eyes, it's the best project of all time, and it's going to be amazing. Trust me, it's going to be for your own benefit if you come along on this.
That's what I say. If you mad at me for that, stop fucking with me. Like,
Yeah,
you don't like it, stop fucking with me. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Like, shit, you made this easy for me. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna be alright. You know?
Yeah, it's just important to find people that aren't like that. People that are supportive, supporting each other, seeing your friends support your other friends.
This tastes good.
It's good weed, right?
Yeah.
That's a sativa. That stuff's gonna make you think about space.
Well, shit, we already talked about that shit. I was there. I had to bring myself back because I didn't want to go too far left on the show.
Too far left?
Too far out. Like,
Oh,
they be
too
like,
far
this
out
nigga
there.
Duval tripping now, you know. And plus, I can't articulate it enough. I'm still learning it, so.
In the Bahamas, they probably have very little light pollution, huh? They don't have
None. That's why I say it looks like you out of space. Ask Schultz, he came to my house. Ask him. That shit looks like out of space. It feels like you in a snow globe.
Wow.
Like when you're out there, you see every star. When you out there, you realize like this is why people thought about out there more. Because before technology at night, that shit probably was. You ain't had no choice but to look up there.
Yeah. That's what people need to see, right?
Yes, it's when you look up there, you be like, man, they up there. Like something going on. You can like you see shit going on. Like I think they already up there chilling. It's a club up there.
A club of who?
Just
Like
people
Illuminati?
Like nah.
No,
Just
Kennedys.
motherfucker just chilling. Like on District 9 and shit. You seen that movie? I think that was the movie where they had another little space up there and they was up there chilling.
That was that movie.
You know
where
they bringing
those aliens
tourism.
came down.
They're supposed to be having tourism up there now. They trying to do that too.
Tourism in space.
Yeah.
that's gonna happen.
You got a hotel they're gonna open up soon.
Oh,
like the,
Jesus! How the fuck would you be able to sleep when you're hovering over the Earth?
I wonder how many likes that'll get.
A lot. That would be like the ultimate Instagram influencer, big booty girl.
Mm-hmm.
That would be her ultimate pic, sticking her ass out, and behind her you see the Earth.
Yeah, like life is all about being happy.
I don't buy this. This is
It's all about
NASA
positivity.
2020. You can go to the ISS.
You sow
She gonna
the
be
seeds
selling.
that
She
you
gonna be
sow.
selling tummy tea.
You reap what you sow, and tummy tea.
Tummy tea. I've been
That's
drinking
gotten
this
me.
juice, and look at my stomach.
It is amazing for your hair. I mean, amazing.
What you say? What it said?
The International Space Station. It said this article here on NBC said that there's plans to have people going there, not to stay there, but to go there next year, and then a
Yeah, I heard
hotel
about
for
that.
4 people by 2022.
Whoa! Who's gonna be the first to fuck on that hotel?
I'm gonna try.
Right?
I don't want to be the first one.
Imagine if they had rules. Like,
If I
you have
ever
to keep
did
cameras,
that'll
on
be
you.
the first porn I do, cause I'm going viral that night. I'm going Instagram live and fucking,
Oh my god!
and the nut just skeet and just go out.
fly through the sky. You can blow on it. You can make nut rings.
Nah, I don't know if I'm gonna make nut rings. I think that might be going. You think you playing with your nut? Like,
Tying it up in a bow. Oh my god!
shit.
You should be the first to skeet into the air.
Skeet in the air.
Just skeet, skeet.
Just that
skeet,
skeet.
skeet.
Now I know.
You just watch it.
Now I know them astronauts done that before. There's no way they was that bored up there and didn't start jacking off and just let that shit skeet off.
Well, I don't think they ever get a moment where they're not under camera. That's what I would be saying.
Who gives a fuck? If you've been up there for months, you think you gonna give a what they gonna do to you? You're like, you know what? You gotta come back down here. All right. The fuck? Hey,
Oh, what? Just 'cause I got laid?
I
Just
guarantee
'cause
you
I
they done
jerked
jacked off and let that shit. There's footage somewhere. I promise you. We got to find a cool astronaut to tell us the truth. He's like, yeah,
You're
I
probably
done
right.
skated off. Skated off. Oh, shit.
Flying through the air like a cloud.
Are we still on the air?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, shit. That is funny as fuck. That's a good joke, too.
Have people ever
Well, that
had
joke
sex?
is-
Has anybody had sex in space?
Come on, man.
But I want to know if it's been documented.
They ain't gonna say it, but come on.
But people write books.
Wouldn't you? You'd be up there, you see it, be like, what you trying to do? You want to be the first motherfuckers out of space? Man, I definitely would. Shit.
You kind of have to. Not officially. No officially?
Not officially yet.
Nothing officially.
Correct.
But maybe someone has.
I mean,
Maybe the Russians. They're
I was
probably
say
the
there's
first.
not. We're not the only ones that go to space now.
Russians
so
probably
other
drinking
people.
vodka and bone, and they probably had orgies up there.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
Disco
they done-
music. They're in the EDM.
Man, they've been fucking on the moon and everything. I'm telling you, it's nut all on the moon.
Can you imagine you put one of those black lights?
Black lights on that. Like, oh my God.
What the fuck happened before we got here?
Oh shit.
Do you think we've ever been visited by aliens? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's aliens walk amongst us now. They come in here, see how stupid we are and go back and tell their stories and shit.
You think so?
I mean, I can only see why. I mean, if you thought, there's no way we the only people in this whole universe. There's no way this only happened one time in this one part. So it's got to be somewhere else, and I'm pretty sure they way ahead as far as technology and what's the other word?
Progress, innovation.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
Way far.
Yeah.
So they gotta know. They gotta be They got to look at this.
It only makes sense.
Yeah.
If we could stay alive for a few thousand years longer than we are now, I mean, imagine how much technology we would have by then. And who knows what they've done? You know, whether they might have created a technology based entirely on their atmosphere and their planet. It might be just a different way of propulsion, a different way of organisms, different way of everything.
Yeah.
There's so many possibilities.
It
in
could
the
be
universe.
some drips. That's the power. Like drips. Like those are humans.
I read something somewhere about the possibility of there being living creatures in other parts of the universe that are made out of light.
That's what I mean. Like
like they were trying to theorize, like what are the parameters for something being alive with given all the different possible environments in the universe. Like all we know about life is like what life we've ever discovered on Earth. Like maybe life can exist in bizarre, crazy environments, just a different kind of life.
Like Cocoon.
No, it's like a different kind of life.
I mean, like that movie Cocoon.
Cocoon was like old people, and then they got young. And
yeah,
but
the thing was, it came in that little cocoon in a spirit, like a light. It came like a light.
I don't remember that enough. Cocoon. I do remember it though. I kind of I remember it was old people, and they'd turn young and start fucking.
Yeah,
that was a big part of it, right?
Yeah. But when you look at it from a cocoon.
But if there is like other kinds of life forms out there. I mean,
because it's just like a light. It's like a light.
What is this cocoon? Oh, they're all light. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a light.
Whoa!
I'm telling you,
I forgot about this.
Man, if we thought about it, they thought about this a long time ago, man.
Whoa, Cocoon was way ahead of his time.
Yeah, man. They was just on shrooms back then.
Oh, for sure. That's what you see when you're high as fuck.
Come on, I'm telling you. That's why
I'm telling you.
We got to watch that again.
The ice is melting. That thing. Give me that photo. Give me that photo.
Man, Charlemagne just made me realize
the earth is getting too warm. Sexual diseases are ravaging your population. You have to stop. You have to slow down. You're headed to the edge of the cliff. Humanity is in great danger. You're pulling all the fish out of the ocean. You're heating up the sky and filling it with particulates. The very air you breathe. There's not much time left.
I see the boy with it. Man, I'm telling you.
Look at that thing. Fuck that. Whatever that thing is. I don't want it in me.
In you.
It takes the over light. Your skin, doesn't
but that's what I'm saying. Like that movie there was like 30 years. Wasn't that like 30 years ago?
Long time ago.
So if that was 30 years ago, that means they been knew.
Yeah.
About what we just putting two and two together.
I think the light thing was just a physicist was speculating about the possibility of different forms.
Well, he was right.
Yeah.
Whatever
For
it
sure.
was. He was right like a motherfucker. So just think, that might be like what you said that theory was with the light. We might just be little lights of
also
ping, ping, ping.
How hard would it be for aliens to make fake people to move amongst us? If they could travel here from other planets, why can't they make fake people that can wander around?
They are. Shit.
How many people do you think you know that are aliens?
Donald Trump. He gotta be an alien. That motherfucker. He don't give no fucks about humanity down here. He don't give no fucks.
Maybe he just knows the spaceships are coming.
Yeah.
If you were president and they told you spaceships are coming, what the fuck do you tell people? Hey,
Shit.
It's over.
Nah, you get a drone, you get a droid like you, and you be on that spaceship. And let people do what they do and piss them off, let them get mad at each other and kill each other by being mad.
I think if aliens did show their face, if there was like a real bona fide alien invasion or at least alien landing, it would be real similar to how we change in terms of the way we look at ourselves and humanity, real similar to a natural disaster. You would be humbled. We would all be like, oh, shit. Like if a real spaceship landed and real aliens were on board the spaceship.
I don't know. We'll still think the government. Motherfuckers will swear the government doing something.
That's true. That's true too. Some people.
You giving humans way too much credit. We stupid for the most part. As a whole.
Yeah, some people would definitely think it was fake.
Yeah, swear it was fake.
It would be real hard to convince someone that it wasn't fake.
Man, God could come down here and say, hey, it's me, it's God. We wouldn't believe it. Like we wouldn't believe it. Like we don't believe nothing that we ain't really seen before.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how humans are. We stupid.
Well, that's where the whole flat earth thing comes from, right?
Right?
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I ain't never seen it. It's like, and you know what's so stupid about that? It's like, if you really felt like that, why don't you just get in a boat and go to the end? Like, wouldn't that make sense? Like, you would be the Christopher Columbus of this shit. If you want to be so sure and tell everybody they wrong, get your ass in a boat and go to the end.
Yeah.
If you really feel that motherfucking smart, like, it's just stupid. Like, it's the dumbest shit ever.
Well, it's weird too because they dismiss all of the evidence that the Earth is round, but yet they show no evidence.
That's
that
why
the
I
Earth
said,
is flat.
so prove me until. That's what whoever listened to this, get in the boat and just ride, ride until you get to the end. And when you get to the end, take a picture and put it on Instagram and send it to me.
But the thing is,
And
there's
you'll be
enough
a
people out there in the
goddamn
world.
legend.
If you say that, there's someone like, you don't understand. You've never done flat Earth research. There are those photographs. They have been definitely
Do a
proven to be
video
possible.
live. Do it live. Do it live. You do it live so we can know for facts.
Oh.
And I'm going to be up at Instagram headquarters so I can make sure this is really VIA at the edge.
There's an ice wall. Very tough to get through.
Whatever's there, go there. Go to the ice wall.
Just give me one picture. Send me one good picture of what it looks like. Thanks.
That's all we ask, and do
think-
that.
But you see, if you go further with this, they think that stars are fake. They do. They think that the sun is way closer than we've been told.
How do they explain the sun actually going from sun up to sun down curving like that? How do they explain that?
There's a very logical explanation. You just don't understand the science.
Explain that bullshit flat ass science.
You can't.
They stupid,
If
man.
you
It's
talk
like-
to people, there's going to be people who tell you that something's not real no matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's people have water in their bodies. There's going to be a guy out there. Well, actually, there's no water in human bodies. The water that you drink is immediately evaporates through the surface of your skin at an incredible pace. It's the reason why you're so warm. You're at 96.5 degrees. And instantaneously, the mist starts forming and you disappear. You don't actually drink water. There's someone out there that'll tell you that. There's someone out there that'll tell you that human beings can live off of air. There's dudes that think that their guru lives off air and he hasn't had food or water for years.
Yeah.
There's people that are just dumb, man.
That's because we bored. When you bored, you start thinking of stupid shit and thinking you know what you're talking about because
That-
you done did it too.
And poor genetics. And
Yeah.
they might be on their first couple of rides. Must be the first couple times around as a person.
That's what it is. That's what it is. They on their first ride.
That's what it
So
is.
we on our fourth one. They still retarded.
Yeah, I think you've been on 100 at least. I think
100?
Yeah, you've been on a lot of rides.
So if I've been on 100, you had to be on the same amount or even more than me.
Yeah, I think we all been on this a bunch of times. And I think if that's real, I mean, that would be a
But
weird
see, you
way
had
of
to be a
looking at things.
little more up because you white. So you had to be a little more up. So you might have been like one. If I'm 100, I'm going to give you one up because in this generation in America, y'all got one up on us right now. But wait till we come up. We on y'all ass. We
Yeah.
on y'all ass. But we ain't going to do y'all like that. I ain't. Not if I can help it. That's why I want to instill the humanity and before the money and all that take over all the humanity.
We got to be careful of anything that separates people.
We
Any
definitely do, man.
unnecessary thing that doesn't really mean anything.
You know
that
what?
separates
And you know what I do for real? And the people always ask me about it and trip. I don't know why. That's one of the reasons why I don't use colored emojis. All my emojis I use be yellow for the most part, unless it's a joke I'm trying to do. Because I feel like that's still pushing the separation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, I don't feel like it's like, it's no reason. The yellow is, and then you're like, why you ain't using this? I'm using yellow. I ain't using white or black. I ain't using nothing. I'm using yellow.
Right.
Ain't nothing yellow.
Fake people.
Yeah, it's yellow.
Big fake circle
It's still
smiley.
giving this. It's still giving the same exact thing. It's just yellow.
Yes, it's just laughter.
Yeah, it's laughter.
It's a smiley face crying laughing.
Yeah, They don't have to be a black laughter unless I'm telling a joke or something and I'm just like black man don't cheat. Like, that's all right. I need the black fist,
Right.
you know. But
Yes.
other than that, I don't give a fuck.
Jamie had a good point once about emojis, that they're like the new hieroglyphics.
Yep.
That what if
they are.
language eventually becomes a series of emojis?
That's all it is. We ain't got to talk no more.
Totally possible.
We don't
Everyone-
really have to talk. Like, we on our phones. If we could text and all that stuff there, you can send feelings. You can
Yeah.
push like little things and it'll give a feeling. We don't have to use none of that shit. We barely using any of it now. We barely use our arms, all this shit.
The only
We
time
gonna be like this pretty soon.
it would be hard to convey, like, hey, did you go to the movie at 7 o'clock or 8? It would be hard to convey things like that through just emojis.
There's clock emojis.
Yes, you can.
Do the whole time.
You can do
You
like
change the,
Yep.
but then you'd say you'd have to go movie and then the @ sign and then 7 o'clock and then you would go question mark 8 o'clock question mark. I guess you could right there.
You could just do movie 7, 8 question.
Yeah, but 7 8 is weird. 7 question mark 8 question mark. That's two possibilities.
All right.
7 8. Like that's how you'd say it to someone. You wouldn't say 7 8. They'd be like, "What the fuck are you saying? 78? What are you saying?" See what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but like it would be a clock. It wouldn't be a number 7.
I had lost by the second.
I'm just saying. I know.
I was like, man,
my friend, whoever I'm communicating
I
with,
was,
would probably know
really
too.
about to be over there. I don't know what
Imagine
this motherfucker
though,
said.
if they came up with a language that was all emojis that kids just learned really early
It's
on.
like that now. My
Yeah.
daughter, when she talks to me, it's mostly in emojis.
Oh.
Like even when we put that FaceTime face, she like to put that on. Like they do that now. Like that game. What's that game she be playing? Roblox.
Yes, they
That's
all
all-
play roadblocks. They're
That's
addicted.
all. They don't even talk to each other. They be. I don't know what they be doing in there, but ain't no voices.
They're learning how to connect with machines.
They're learning how to connect through energy and feelings and whatever you draw or whatever your creativity. It's like we're evolving out of our human bodies slowly but surely.
I couldn't agree more. It's happening, whether people recognize it or not, and it's going to be real weird when it takes hold. And I don't know what form it's going to be. It's going to be a wearable device, I think. Like a.
I'm willing to go
goggles
with
or
it.
some
Shit, I didn't think we would be right where we at now. So shit, I'm cool with it. You just got to go with it. That's how you enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
man, if you ain't laughing at life, you missing the whole point of this shit. Like this shit fun. Like this shit funny as hell. Just watching how stupid this shit evolve and just.
It is fun. It's weird. It's a weird time. It's a great time. It's not a great time
It's
for
like a
everybody
spoof.
right now listening
It's
to
like
this.
it's a spoof. Like
A
it's
little
like
bit.
everything that was in Living Color, or where we grew up, or everything a comedian said 20 years ago that we done said. It's like really life now. It's like this shit is really crazy. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like just laugh at this shit. Shit funny as a motherfucker.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it ain't strange. It's funny.
It's funny too.
It's funny. Strange is funny. And
But-
I like it. Strange. Just the way she is.
What's in the little container? What kind of joints are those?
These them ones burner shit. Cookies.
Cookies?
Yeah, you just gave.
Mm. Is that from the stash? Yeah, those are good. Those are speed weed.
Speed weed.
Yeah. Telling you, it's a must.
Shit.
What happened?
I just hit my knee on the goddamn.
Oh, the metal thing?
Yeah, I'm hot.
Yeah.
You just spilled that. I
This
just hit my
table's
knee.
sturdy as fuck.
And that bitch ain't moved.
No.
This goddamn bridge material.
Yeah, it's all made with steel girders.
Y'all made this what they made the Matthew Bridge off in Jacksonville. This that.
Yeah, but there's no movement.
Oh
to this
man, y'all
table.
hood as shit. Y'all got roach.
We got roaches in there?
No, I'm telling you, y'all got roach traps out this bitch.
Oh, we do. We get roaches. Yeah.
Oh, this the hood. Yeah, we in the trap.
Sometimes we find them dead in the bathroom. Like, what in the fuck? Big ones, too. You can't get rid of roaches. Can't get rid of rats.
I ain't know roaches came from. I ain't even know Cali had roaches. I thought that was
Oh,
just
yeah.
a South
Yeah.
thing.
No, they have roaches. They're a different kind of roach, though. They're like chill California roaches.
For real.
Yeah, they're not fast.
You know, them roaches, like, even I've watched in my time of living, like, even like roaches evolve and do certain things, or flies be slower. I seen in certain places they quicker now. And it's just, you see even insects evolve. Everything
Yeah.
evolves.
Somebody was telling me about this. I think my wife told me this. There's different kinds of roaches. There's an outside roach and an inside roach. There's roaches that are more, they live more in like fields, and they're slower and less reactive. And then you got roaches, most likely that probably evolved in cities. You got to imagine if people are laying out roach traps and people are stomping you every time they see you,
You getting
get
better.
faster.
And you get better.
faster. Those roaches in the East Coast, like if you go to like a New York City roach, that's a fast roach.
New York City rat.
Ooh, those are terrifying.
Them my size.
Those are terrifying. You ever see that Netflix documentary on rats? Oh man, if you ever want to freak out, there's a great documentary on Netflix just called Rats. And they take these rats and they test them for diseases, and they fucking all have something. They have giant like parasites, and this one had a bot fly in its cheek. Like, I mean, enormous. Like a fourth. How big? A third of his head? How big?
What do they eat?
It was like on the side of his neck, right? That's where it was? It was in his neck.
Ugh.
Bro, it was nasty. And then they were just saying, like, look, there's as many of these fucking things as there are people. I mean,
and did they get rid of them?
No.
They still out here?
What, that rat?
I mean, like rats that's like that.
Well, there's definitely rats that's like that, yeah.
I thought they...
No, man, they haven't done shit to get rid of rats. They can't. But they found them all over the country.
They can't if that hurricane hit that motherfucking nature. Nature can get rid of that bitch.
Soon, I think I just read this the other day that like 1% of the rats in LA are gonna have some like bubonic plague type disease.
Of course.
If they don't already, I think it's very soon, or if they don't already have it, it's 1%.
Rats eat shit, okay? They eat dog shit, famously.
They eat our shit.
Animal shit, and they eat our shit. So if you're a junkie and you're just shooting heroin into your asshole, and then you take shits, and these rats eat this shit. And some homeless people have turned up with what was it? Typhus?
Wasn't it? Yeah, they found it in like City Hall.
That's a medieval disease, man.
That's why you need to get closer to the country.
So rats get a hold of that. Rats get shit, eat their shit. They all get sick. Everyone gets sick.
That's why I say get closer to the country and stay away from that city shit. Because boy, when it come, it's gonna go from there and spread. But by the time it get to you, you be done grew your own shit.
I'm glad you brought that up because I want to find out what is the definition between city girl and country girl. The thing you were doing back and forth on your Instagram all the time.
City boys and hot girls.
Yeah.
City boys and hot girls. Well, that was something like, city boys, that's always been like a Florida thing from Tampa. That's actually from Tampa, a song that's from Tampa called City Boy by Tom G. And it's always been like a little vibe. And like we juke and whoop in Florida, and it's just a song I wanted to bring back for everybody in Florida.
Oh, okay.
And I did it at the Hip Hop Awards and everything. So it was really just like a culture thing. That's just like a vibe we do. We juke and vibe and everything down there. And it was good for the culture in Florida. Like it was real big for Florida. Just that song.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I always wondered what it was.
The city boy,
country boy.
City boy. It's a dance.
Oh, okay.
It's a dance. Yeah, the city boy is a dance. City boy with it. City boy with it. Yeah, it's a dance. It was dope too though, because when I did the Hip Hop Awards, everybody from Florida was tuned into that bitch because it was representing everybody in Florida. You know, that was a real dope moment for the culture.
Well, Florida could use some of that, right? Florida always takes jokes. People, including me, people always shit on Florida.
I shit on it too, but we are crazy. But there's a lot of good things about us too, and that's the good thing. Through all that bullshit, we know how to have a good time, and that's what our music shows: the good times and the vibes that we do.
Yeah,
a lot of the vibes come from us because, shit, that's all we do is party down there, and that come from the Caribbeans too.
Well, the south of Florida might as well be another country. I mean, south of Florida might as well be some Latin American country.
Yeah, Latin.
Some Latin American country that's protected
Cuba
by the Constitution. Yeah, it might as well be like Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Like Puerto Rico's kind of America, right? Not quite.
Not quite.
But kinda.
They say you don't make it to America to like West Palm.
That's true. That's where Donald Trump's border. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Mar-a-Lago is the border.
right there.
That's the border of South North America. They should call it. They should call it Florida as a new country. It's called South North America.
Call that motherfucker. Hold up. Call that bitch. South USA.
Yeah,
South USA.
But the rest of the South would be pissed. But if you called it South North America, it's so stupid. The rest of the country would be like, yeah, you can have that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Because you try to call it South of America.
They want to call it what? No,
North
let them
America,
go ahead.
South. No.
Run with that.
Yeah. Everybody in Tennessee and all, the real South would be like, well, fuck you, man. You can't have that. You can't have the South. But South North America, keep that. Florida. Imagine if people did. I mean, it would be crazy if someone did decide to branch off. Like if Texas was like, enough, we're done. We got it in our Constitution.
They do, honestly. And you go to Montana and all that, they don't really go by these laws. They do what they want. You get shot out there, you shot in North Dakota or South Dakota.
Well, for the longest time, Montana
too.
They wouldn't make a speeding limit. They're like, no.
I don't blame them. That's their world. Like it ain't, it ain't that much to do out that motherfucker. No way. Let them do what they do. It's a lot of places like that in the country. They just do what they do.
But it's also Montana. The people that live there value freedom. It's very important.
That is freedom.
Yeah, that is freedom. They value freedom, so they're like, no, we don't want.
And the rest of America don't fuck. I mean, like they don't fuck with them. Like America, let them do what they do.
There's just not that many people. What's up, Jamie?
Speed limit sign just says reasonable and prudent. I don't know. Like, is there how
During the
long?
day, reasonable and prudent. Truck 65, night all vehicles 65. That's interesting. Is that in Montana?
Is that now or is that
I
real?
just typed in Montana speed limit and this
It said they're raising the limit again. Reasonable and prudent.
What year is that? What year is that?
I don't know.
Well, see, if you have a Corvette and you're going 95 miles an hour, that's kind of reasonable and prudent if there's no one on the road. If you know how to drive and you got a car that handles really well and drives really fast, right?
Mm-hmm. Most people in the country know how to drive. They do it all the time. They race. That's why all the races be in the country.
In the country,
Yeah.
right.
So they know how to race.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's what you do as a teenager. You learn.
Yeah, if you're in Montana.
I'm pretty sure they out there race. They probably living their best life out there for real.
It's a good place to live if you could take the winter.
I heard, what was the place was it South Dakota? Where's the mining at?
They have mining in South Dakota.
They say that's where strippers make the most money at.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where did I read this crazy story about the mine life, about what it's like there? Or
they
these
spend a
mining
lot of
towns. They have these crazy towns, right?
Vice documentary
Yes,
on it.
that's what it was. Vice had a documentary on it. And it was these crazy towns that pop up right next to these mines because all these dudes work in these mines and they make money and they need somewhere to blow it off. And so it develops like this sort of community around mines, mining towns. And it's really like what it was in the Old West. When you think about those old Westy towns with a saloon and fucking shoot 'em ups in the street, what was that?
Wild West.
That's the same thing. It's
Right.
miners and thieves.
Right.
It's people mining gold and people who are thieves and people bringing in cattle to feed the miners and people feeding ranches, all that shit. I mean, it's kind of what happens whenever you get this thing that people are trying to, a resource people are trying to pull out of the ground, and then you build some sort of ramshackle civilization around it.
Is there still stuff?
Yeah.
Is there still stuff to mine in?
Yeah. What are they mining? What are they mining in? Find on I think they're mining some, I don't remember what it was.
That would
The Vice one?
like fracking oil. I think.
Oh, fracking?
I think so.
See, those jobs are dangerous. You know, like any kind of mining job, no matter what you're mining. I mean, you're dealing with heavy equipment and shit. It's hard to get people to do those jobs.
Shit, it's hard to get people to do that job. What's that job where they go get crabs?
Oh, that's a hard job.
Man,
Yeah.
you watch that shit?
Yeah.
I'll be watching that shit, man.
Deadliest catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King crab. They be getting them king crabs up there in Alaska.
That's crazy. That's not worth it. Those guys go over.
It might do be. I mean,
Maybe.
shit. They get like that, getting them tunas. Like I think they be going for like $250
Yeah.
for the good tuna. So it might be.
What's up,
That's
Jim?
what your way of life is.
They get a lot
Yes.
of gold out of there apparently still.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The Homestake mine is what it's called.
In South Dakota?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So there's all kinds of different mining going on down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one article that we read was just about this one town where everything got real crazy. Because you just got a bunch of men, men making a lot of money, but they don't have anything to do. And they start getting fucked up.
That sounds like America in a few years.
Well, that's what America used to be, right? I mean, that's when the miners came across the country. That's exactly what happened.
Yes.
Every fucking old West movie is the same thing, right? It's all like there's a saloon, people are getting fucked up, someone gets out of line, someone gets shot, people are gunfights in the street. It's always that shit.
That's what it is now. Like
Yeah.
that's what it's kind of in. I think in our culture now, like young people getting money now, so they ain't got nothing else to do. Like
Yeah.
that's why they just fucking it up. It's like it's nothing to do. It's like where we at now is probably like where I guess in the 80s where whites was when they started getting money with the Wall Street and all that shit there.
Yeah.
They was spending it like a motherfucker. So now it's new to us. So it's like, shit, we don't know what to do with it. So we just fucking it up.
Yeah.
Getting in stupid beefs and doing, ain't nothing else to do. Like, what else you do? Even if you do everything, all right, let me put my mom in this, put my mom in. And that's going to happen in society. Like, if technology take over where ain't no jobs, they going to have to get something, and you're going to be living off a stipend or some shit like that there.
Yeah, they're thinking universal basic income. Like,
yeah, but then what's going to do is, like you ain't going to have nothing to do.
Right.
That's the hardest thing to do in life is, like, once you got financial freedom, now it's time to live. That's what people go crazy. They don't know how to just live.
That's true.
Because it ain't nothing to do.
You just got to find hobbies, man.
I do. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand, and I don't put that much emphasis on big things to entertain me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I keep it simple. Like, if I could be entertained by just sitting here chilling, shit, anything else is a bonus. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I keep the mindset of that. I just lost my train of thought.
This is why marijuana is illegal, ladies and gentlemen. You can't have this in a board meeting, this kind of thinking. This is where all my best thoughts come out of. So how long are you in town for?
I'm leaving tonight. I just came and fuck with you, man.
Oh, man, I'm honored. Thank you.
No problem, man. I've been wanting to do this, man. Especially just, I see how it's brought a lot of people together in one. It's bigger than us.
I always feel like it's bigger than me. I always feel like it's alive. And I just come in to sort of hit the switch. And the podcast sort of takes itself. I just try to do my very best to get out of my own way. Sometimes I achieve it. Sometimes.
But you happy, though?
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun.
Tell me life as a whole.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Life is fascinating. I mean, I have just incredible fortune and great luck, and I do things that I enjoy doing. That's the number one key. If you can find a way to do something that you actually enjoy, it's just a different kind of life.
You know who else good at that? Snoop.
Oh, of course.
He lives his best life for real, too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's himself.
He told me how to live my best life, because I was always living my best life, but on my own shit. But in the industry, he taught me how to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever see Snoop spar?
Snoop's who?
Spar. Snoop. You ever see him spar?
No.
Dude, Snoop trains at a real MMA gym, no bullshit, and he was sparring with Daniel Sarafian. Daniel Sarafian is this UFC fighter he's built like a fucking brick shithouse. He's a tank. He's a legit fighter, very dangerous guy, and he's not like trying to hurt Snoop.
Let me call Snoop.
He's keeping his hands up and moving, but dude, I'm telling you, Snoop can throw some hands. He's got good hand technique.
He be keeping humble with his hands.
Look, you see the video. We'll show it to you. Look,
Yeah,
here it is.
show me
Look,
the
look,
video.
look. It's the video. Look, that dude with the yellow on his gloves, that's Daniel Sarafian. That guy is a professional fighter. Really dangerous guy. And Snoop's in there sparring with the guy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Is dude playing with Snoop, though?
Oh, well, look, I mean, he's not trying to hurt him.
Yeah.
He's just being defensive, but Snoop is swinging at a world-class fighter. I mean, Sarafian's obviously not letting him hit him. He knows what's coming and he moves out of the way. But the fact that Snoop is getting in there with a guy like him, that's impressive shit. And he looks good, man.
Look at OG.
He looks good.
OG
He looks
doing
good.
it. That's
He looks
dope,
good.
man.
Yeah. Staying healthy.
No, but that's one motherfucker. He does what he want to do when he want to do it. He moves in the same energy of, like, he got that real energy. Like, it's really that genuine.
Well, that's why he's still here.
Yep.
Right? That's why he's still relevant after all these years. People still love him.
Yep. He got that spirit.
Yeah. But listen, man, we just did 3 hours.
What more?
Let's wrap this thing up. My honor.
All right, thank y'all.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for being here, man. I really, really appreciate it. It was great. It was
Appreciate
a lot of fun.
Big dog.
Lil Duval, ladies and gentlemen. Instagram. Do you use Facebook? You fuck with Facebook?
Yeah, Instagram. Go to the Facebook that gets verified. I don't know. I mean, and then Instagram, Twitter. It's all Lil Duval. YouTube. My YouTube Vivo. Go get my Christmas song. Go download my Christmas song called Christmas Trees. Thank y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Smile, bitch.